All right. Welcome to Cobalt GM, the live stream.
Hey.
What?
You didn't give us a link.
I didn't?
No, you didn't.
Oh, boy, I am really behind. All right, well, let me get through with this intro, and then I'll go ahead and shoot the link and everything. All right. Because we are live. All right. So, where was I? Where are my notes? Where are my lines? Here are my lines. All right.
Your introduction.
Thank you. All right. Welcome to Cobalt GM, the live stream, where we're going to be playing Aether. Wow. Aether? Thank you. Aether Nexus.
Retry it.
Really? Yeah, we're going to Oh, I'm not even recording this. I'm going to have to edit the heck out of this now. Guys, welcome to the live stream. We're playing Aether Nexus, and guess what? It is right here somewhere. All right. On the live stream itself. So yeah, read that as it will. Either way, this game is being put out by eventually, because this is the playtest. All right, no one has this yet. All right, we get to go ahead and put it out first, and this is being brought to us by the incredible team at Absolute Tabletop. All right, also the same team that put out Mecha Hack, as well as what was that other game that I wanted to play? I want to say Oath of the Frost King or something. Gotta double check on that, but trust me, they're putting out some excellent games. But right now, for this live stream, we are playing Aether Nexus, all right, where giant mechs and high fantasy collide, all right? But before we do that, we get to introduce our awesome players. Because each player in this is a lot of names. But right now, we're going to go with our regular handles as well as our voxes. Alloy. Please start us off.
Oh yeah, just throw me straight under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So hello, I am Alloy. I am playing Zakaf, a Shimbaru bug person, running an apparatus called an Aether cap that is capable of launching sticky-like energy bombs and projecting small spider-like drones to do my bidding. I feel like I'm far from a badass in this, but it's amusing as all hell to be using this so far.
Definitely. And joining us today is the lovely Dark Lovely. All right, and if I recall, the lore kind of came up with, the little backstory came up with, you are Zakaf's sister. All right, please.
I feel so bad you are related to me now.
Wait till
we'll make it work. It'll be fine.
Exactly. Please let us know your Vox as well as the apparatus you are piloting.
Vox is the last name.
So, is that the long one or the short one?
The short one.
Second part, the short.
The last name.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it because it starts with a Q. Xati?
That's what I thought it was too. Yeah, I thought it was Kasadi as well. That sounds nice too. But go ahead.
It's either Kasadi or the Q is silent and it's Sadi.
Kasadi, it is.
Kasadi. So, I am Dark Lovely. I am playing a Chimru Bastion and no touchy.
Yes, very no touchy. Very no touchy. Master Draco, go ahead, go next.
My frame is a male, or my Vox. I am playing a Sunder, which is a high amount of damage output.
Yeah.
So, well, if you were here for yesterday, you guys kind of already saw that.
You were putting the hurtin' on those brigands. All right, and Typhoon 44.
Hello. The Vox is Roulette, and I am piloting a Dragoon, flying around free as a bird.
Definitely.
The race is, I believe, Cloven?
Yes, that is your kin. You are of the Cloven. But
Yes.
last and definitely not least, Tonto Tomahawk.
Hello. I am playing Sulkin Jailer, or, as I also named him, Incineron. He is a Caldron, an elemental being that is piloting the Imp, who specializes in teleportation shenanigans.
Yes, you do blink all around the battlefield You're effectively their sniper, I'm finding out.
Yep.
Heavens. But with that is our player. Those are our knights. And aside from Dark Lovely, who would like to give a recap of yesterday's session?
So, it began with shenanigans. As the story had told, all of our previous Nexuses had been previously dealt with by the Dark Ravens? Dawn Ravens?
Dusk Ravens.
Dusk Ravens. Who had a nasty habit of seeking out and destroying all but one member of the Nexus that they left, just for extra emotional baggage. But we have come together and have formed a new Nexus. As we began last night's session, we were doing some training things. It was basically a player versus player free-for-all, which went on for just enough time to get interesting, give us a little bit of feel for our stuff, when we had been notified by the Dragoon, who had just joined us a little bit late, that the town nearby was under siege.
Ah, yes.
And so we began our trek over to assist the people over there, which led us through an entire field of broken rocks floating in the Aether, which may have been our downfall without some quirky shenanigans and some lucky and unlucky dice rolls.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, we most gracefully made our way through there. Nothing unfortunate happened in the slightest. We arrived to see that the town is being attacked by bandits and raiders. We began the fight. Tonto did his thing. He teleport places, shoot people, move to the next spot. The Sunderer did his thing. He moved up and punched things.
Yes.
I horrendously failed to throw web at people. And the Dragoon massacred one of the cannons on the big airship attacking the place. On the second round, we were unable to stop the bandits and brigands from killing the commander of the Watch, who was trying to rally everybody to his side. So he unfortunately did pass away.
Mm-hmm.
However, that did bring us all together, and we wiped the floor with the rest of them.
Yes.
Bringing that to a close.
Baseball with the last guy.
The airship dipped out at the last minute after unleashing a giant cannon out of the front of it and trying to hurt all of us. Dipped out through the Aether, with the Dragoon hot on his tail before it disappeared into nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
Then that left us to get praised by the noble of the town,
Right.
who was very proud that the Cloven and the Energy Being were all there to help him, but as soon as he sees one little bug man, it's immediately throw him in the dungeon.
Yes.
And so that's where we discovered a little bit of racial prioritization. And I also found out that my sister, who I was searching for through that last session, was most likely captured and being held in the dungeon there.
Definitely.
Then the threat of violence happened, and they had just about nothing to defend themselves. And we last left the session with me inside the Aether cap, powered up and ready to fuck stuff up when we hear, "She escaped! She escaped!" And we hear the power up of a frame before we cut to black.
Most definitely. Nice. Excellent recap. Is there anything that anyone would like to add?
I'll throw Gibbs, the idiot guy that said throw him in jail and knocked his ass out, apparently. He passed out.
Oh, yes. The noble that was...
Yeah, the noble.
that
Smacked
was
him upside the head and he passed out.
I'm sorry, but the little moan that Cobalt gave when that happened was just great.
Yes, he was successfully intimidated. We'll phrase it like that.
Yes, intimidated.
Also seemed to recall a little bit of a wet spot when he saw the frame power up with alloy in it. And changed his mind.
Oh, yeah, and then he was
let her loose.
He was face to face with a spider drone there for a little bit too.
Yes.
And he put a wet spot on the floor. Yeah.
Nice.
Can't leave out the nice details.
Definitely, indefinitely.
I was going for speed.
Dude, listen, put as many details in as possible. You know you're a fantastic storyteller, right?
Eh.
You are. You can be.
Stop stroking my ego and get to the game.
All right. Hey, we are live streaming. All right. Ego stroking is the only stroking that's going to be happening today, to my knowledge.
Any other stroking is a felony under indecent exposure.
Only if they see it.
Okay. So before we get completely off track,
There goes our audience. Thanks for coming, everyone.
I gotta remember to get that warning message screen back up one of these days. All right, we are going to return to the incredible world of Ascara, the shattered world, the broken world, and we're going to go to the floating landmass called a fragment in this setting, which I love the terminology in this world. But we are returning to the fragment of Ferric. Ferric is actually a mining fragment where the people here are completely focused to getting the precious metals and ores that are needed for day-to-day life and construction, etc. And aboard this floating landmass, once again called a fragment, is the fortress of Ferric, because there are dangers. Aside from the Ogdra, which started the Hive Wars long ago, even to the point of some people questioning if it actually happened. Though the Ogdra have yet to return, the Freetide Corsairs, pirates aboard their flying skyships, are still a relevant threat, to which you guys have definitely an intimate knowledge of. All of you were once part of other nexuses, groups of knights that were linked mentally, emotionally, spiritually together through the Aether. And all of you have encountered the Dusk Ravens before. And the Dusk Ravens usually wreck an entire nexus, killing off every single member save one. And that survivor, burdened with experiencing the death of their mentally and emotionally linked teammates, is typically left forever a broken knight. But in last session, these once broken knights have now come together. A new nexus is forming. A new banner is on the verge of coming to the fore. And now, in front of the fortress of Ferric, our knights are witnessing a new frame powering up. People screaming and running in panic. For within the walls of the Fortress Ferric, even though they've been heavily damaged, some parts have even collapsed due to the previous attack by the Dusk Ravens. A lone female knight, known as Kasadi, has managed to escape her bindings, get to her apparatus, her bastion, power it up, and right now she is breaking free. And as a matter of fact, we are going to jump into initiative right now. Go ahead and test your flux. Roll that d20 and you want to get underneath your flux aspect. And don't you worry about it, Ty, as someone else kind of volunteered me after I volunteered them. I'll roll for you.
I did make it back to the house, so in just a moment, I'm going to be switching devices, and I will take over on all that.
Okay, it's all right. I'm rolling horribly for you, so you may want to get in on this.
Dude, have you looked at the rest of the rolls?
No.
Not a single one of us made ours.
This is oh dear heavens! Now
I rolled exactly 12, which is my flux, which means I don't make it.
Dark
What?
Lovely got a nat 20.
Woo!
She doesn't make it.
I rolled 2 over what I needed.
So you didn't make it.
Let's let the bad guys go first. Let's do it.
You know what? Let's give them a fighting chance.
I have some things I want to use.
I mean, it's probably not a good thing to try that on the Bastion, but hey, whatever, that will be fine. Don't worry about it.
Hit the Bastion, Cobalt. Hit the Bastion.
Oh no! Not the Bastion! Don't hit the Bastion!
Oh no, we just got her.
Hey, the people are going to do what the people are going to do. Okay?
And
was
beat up
screaming.
insect people.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm one of those.
This is true.
Oh, you're more than one of those. Your Ether
I-
cap brings out more of them.
You're
I was gonna
always,
say I'm a bug man and a bug bot with lots of littler bug bots.
you're always bugging something.
Oh my god! You know that just about got me thrown in prison yesterday, right?
But you didn't.
Because
Switching
violence is
devices.
the answer.
It kind of
Actually-
is. It kind of is in this case. All right, so no one made it, correct?
Correct.
Oh, don't say it so sadly. It's going to be all right, friends.
But
feel
I
bad,
are
brother.
sad.
We're about to become the tyrants, man. We're about to be worse than the freaking pirates.
So what
gonna
is
stop on them.
happening is this. All right, inside the Fortress Ferric, which is currently at a far distance from the rest of you. The regular people, the Cloven mostly, a couple of Bullfrogs, which are an amphibious type of people, they are running for cover. All right, they are trying to flee this apparatus, this mech, as it was kneeling, but now it's beginning to stand up. Immediately, some of the soldiers down below, they run and take cover behind certain portions of carts and crates and whatnot, brandishing their smaller loadcasters and opening fire. Kasadi,
I should have hurried just a couple minutes quicker.
pilot of this bastion. There is some good news and some bad news. All right, the good news is this. You are in an apparatus. All right, this towering construction of metal and aether. All right, you're in a mech. You don't have too much to worry about. More good news. Their damage, if they manage to even strike, is halved. All right, good things. The only problem is, compared to you, they're itty bitty, and so trying to move out the way or position yourself so your armor takes a lot of the damage is harder. So please, test your flux with disadvantage. As the soldiers, they get into position, lift up their lowcasters, which are their rifles, and they start firing onto your bastion. Oh, very good. Wait. All right, even with disadvantage, that would be a 2. And so you are still able to get your arms up and begin to... Actually, given the armor plating that's already on your bastion, their rounds, their loads from their loadcaster is just bouncing off. Ting, tong, ting, 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 ting. Oh, yes, I forgot. I can't say load around you.
Great! I'm trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Because we're professional, folks. All right. We're going to say load all day long and not giggle. All right. Yes. Right now, there's like 4 soldiers in front of you with their loadcasters blasting their loads upon you. All right. The loads are having no effect whatsoever along the armor plating of your bastion. Heavens. While outside of the Fortress Ferric, the remaining 4 of the defenders in their apparatus, they've turned and they see the noble who's currently trying to crawl away from the lot of you. They look up and they see these 4 knights that have already wreaked so much havoc. They begin to march forward. And they do not attack. They merely pick up the apparatus of their fallen commander and begin to carry him back into the Fortress Ferric. The noble, on the other hand, since he is an enemy and so he's going to go before you guys, he starts crying, "Hey! Pick me up! Pick me up!"
I love that the audio for him just like completely dropped when it's nothing but a bad guy crying and babbling for assistance.
Uh,
It
Nice
just like
canceling mics.
just incohesive babble for everyone to listen to. It's like,
mhm.
did he just ask for tea and a crumpet? No, I think he said he wanted to get umpet.
Either way, as this noble is still crying out for help, the other defenders, they simply, gently carry in the apparatus of their commander into the walls of the Fortress Ferric. What did a lot of you do?
Yeah, leave the doors open so we can get our companion back.
Yes. The
Summon
gates
in
are
bug
open.
bots. Curious, are we still running off of last night's numbers, like as far as Nexus die and that kind of stuff goes?
No.
Okay.
All right. Because pretty much, even though
Woo,
the
that
fight
was
was
close.
getting ready to start, it seems as if the defenders, they don't have it in them.
Smart choice.
The ground crew are actually rushing out, and they are tending to the other fallen defenders that were destroyed in the initial attack.
Well, I got these bug bots out now. How about they surround the noble? You guys okay with this?
I'm fine. The noble's being irrational.
All right. Go ahead and describe how you control your Legion swarm bots.
Well, I have my two primary arms, and I've got the awkward like third one on the bulbous torso of my frame. It's going to be like slowly pointing, kind of like a laser at the target, and they surround him,
Mhm.
and kind of like a shuffling motion. Each one is just about as big as he is.
Right.
Long spider-like legs as they hover ever so itchily towards him.
Ooh.
I want to make this look like as horrifying as possible.
Mm.
They skitter towards him.
Right.
And they just circle him, waiting for him to try to do something stupid.
Sounds good. All right. He is definitely petrified. As soon as they circle him, he stops. He slowly begins to get up. Listen, listen. All right, listen. All right, peace. All right, peace. Peace, you filthy creatures. Peace. And he slowly turns around to face all of you. There's been a slight misunderstanding, knights.
There will be no misunderstanding now. Let go the other warrior, my sister, and you shall live. For now.
I don't think you have much of a choice, buddy boy.
I will let the bugs get closer.
They begin to move in on him. You see his eyes get bigger. And his arms just shoot up straight. Just, listen. Okay, listen to me, please. Allow us here at Humble Ferric to provide repairs for your apparatus and food and
Nothing
shelter.
broke.
We will take none of your ignorance. You will let her go and we will return. And you will only pray for us to return to assist if those scoundrels come back.
I believe we have an accord then. Please just remove your grotesque creations. These things away from me, please.
Once my sister is free.
But I must
And
be
your-
over there. I have to
And
go
your larva
into...
stop shooting at her!
They're unable to hear my voice over here. I must go to them, so I'm able to tell them to stop shooting.
The bugs will escort you.
Oh, no, thank you.
It is not a request.
But can it be a suggestion?
No.
But you see, I have this thing that...
No!
Okay. And with that, your insects kind of usher him towards the gates of Ferric. Sunderer. Amel, what are you doing right now?
Well, it looks like it's under control with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that the pirates will be on their way back pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd be pretty mad if my invasion got messed up.
Right.
So if they're regrouping, then I guess I would probably start. Is there any crew that's working on their defenses or anything like that?
Seeing about the dozen of people on foot that are doing their best to do some repair work on the heavily damaged defenders, it looks as if they don't have enough people, and there are huge holes and parts of the wall that are missing. If the Dusk Ravens return, Ferric will fall.
Well, I'm not good at delicate, but I can lift heavy stuff for them.
Right. Do you approach one of the crew and offer your assistance?
Yes.
All right. Okay. You go over towards one of the damaged defenders, and you see about 3 people are climbing over it, doing their best to hammer certain portions of its frame into place. But then there is this one guy who he's definitely able to notice you coming, because every time you step, the ground shakes. But
just getting a scene from Jurassic Park stuck in my head. He looks over and he sees the bucket of water.
mhm.
Rumble. No!
He looks over at the puddle and bucket of water that are vibrating with every step of the Sunderer is taking. And then as your shadow completely washes over him, he turns around, looks up. That's a beautiful frame you got there.
Thank you.
Are you going to
How can
step
I
on
assist?
us? Oh,
No, I would like to assist.
really?
I'm pretty sure I can move stuff around for you. I'm not so good with delicate stuff, but I can move things.
Thank you. Thank you, Knight. What is your vox?
A male.
And with that, he takes out a knife, and he actually carves it into the handle of his hammer. Man. I will not forget you. Etheric Knight. Would you be so kind as to pick up this apparatus and carry it inside the gates for us?
Sure.
Move out! Move out! With that, the other 2 people kind of jump off as you're able to easily pick up this apparatus and carry it into the gates. Tanto Tomahawk. I'm going to remember your vox if it's the last thing I do. No, Zakaf is Alloys. Yours is don't say it. Don't say it. Okay, say it.
Yeah.
It starts with a J.
Jeller.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much. All right, Jeller. All right, what are you doing right now? You have witnessed these spider drones that have popped off of the apparatus of Zakaf's Ettercap, leading the noble back into Ferric. Then you're witnessing the Sunderer pick up one of the damaged and destroyed defenders and is bringing them inside of Ferric. What are you doing?
You know what? Considering that there's all sorts of fallen apparatus, fallen soldiers at this point, it's pretty sure they're not burying them.
This is true.
So what I'm gonna do is, in my apparatus, I'm actually gonna start setting up something of like a funeral pyre.
Ah.
But I'm going to make sure that it's set up for multiples in such a way where it all of them could be set in there together. So one big pyre would be grand. It'd be like a grand.
You're right.
A grand pyre for them.
Most definitely, I understand what you mean. And you do realize that there are various bundles of timber that are off to the side of the forge that you're able to use in this respect. The thing is, this though, your frame, the imp, was not really made for this type of labor. And so I do need you to test your stone.
Perhaps I could send some bugs to help him.
As a matter of fact, you can. All right, because I think that's super creative, and why not? Right. And so as you have a few of your spiderlings leading the noble into Ferric, you send out the rest to assist Jeller. Let me go ahead and get there.
Stone, and I'm still good because my stone's 13. I rolled a 6.
Nice.
But I will take the bug's help.
Definitely, then
That'll
roll
make
that
this a lot easier.
D4, I believe. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, roll that D4.
Tis a legion dice.
I'll be able to take more timber.
Right. You go ahead, you pick up one, and immediately, they actually, as you're drawing one of the lengths of the logs out, you have it on your shoulder, and the rest of the spiderlings kind of stack on top of one another to pick up the other end as you begin building this grand pyre for the fallen. Typhoon 44.
Yep.
Okay, coolness. All right. Right now, you're in your regular dragoon form, and you're witnessing what's happening. Tell me, what are you going to do, Roulette?
Take a few steps, launch, transform, and I'm going to play Overwatch and just circle.
Sounds good.
Watching for anybody coming back. Anybody
Watching
coming at all. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I can report to under.
I like that. I like that. Do me a favor and test your Aether, please. Just like you said, you take a few steps, leap into the air. Immediately, your dragoon transforms into its Aether wing, flying effectively jet form, and you begin to circle Ferric, all the while keeping a sharp eye out, not only on what's happening within the Fortress Ferric down below, but also keeping a close eye out on the horizons. Keeping your eyes out on the flux to see if there's any hint.
Not quite a critical, but yay, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Of the Dusk Ravens returning. And so far, you do not see anything beyond Ferric that is of any consequence. But within Ferric,
better to be up here watching.
But within Ferric, you do still see soldiers down below shooting their little lowcasters at the bastion frame that belongs to Kasadi, a member of your Nexus.
So she's linked with me already?
As you're flying over, you are able to feel her presence. And then all of a sudden, yes, you do feel it. You do feel her mind, as well as possibly annoyance. As these soldiers are like,
hey, girly.
Power down!
Hey, girly. Your brother's sending some of his pets with the boss man to tell them to quit shooting at you. You need any help?
I'm just going to be thinking like a mental chant, no touchy.
Oh, don't worry, I won't, princess. Your brother's part of the group. I don't do that.
That's why she no touchy.
Yes, you guys are in all mental communication right now. Feel free to jump in on this conversation.
Now, what she means about no touchy is, you see the plate on her. That's going to hurt if you touch it.
That is kind of spiteful if you do.
Yeah, tell them. Don't tell me. I'm staying up here.
I'm telling you just as a more rewarding.
I went to pat her on the back, and bam, I was flying off.
say that.
Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Okay. Okay, so with that, we're actually going. Wait, did I forget anyone? I think everyone's doing something. Yeah. Okay. We get back to those soldiers down below, and they haven't moved from their position, but Kasadi, you realize that they are actually trying to distract you. There's another group of soldiers coming up behind, and it seems as if they have these rolling devices with these crystals mounted in the center of them. Immediately, they put their hands to these crystals, and these beams shoot out from the crystals that seem to latch on to your apparatus, to your mech. And I need you to test your stone. Oh, yeah. It seems as if they're trying to tie down your bastion.
Did
Well.
I do that right?
Oh, yes, you did it right.
But it didn't go right.
With that, wait a minute. With that loss, all right, I gotta remember there's some other terminology here I keep on forgetting to use. All right, if you roll a 20, that's considered a loss, and with that loss, immediately these beams of energy, of etheric energy, wrap around your arm, wrap around your legs, and all of a sudden you are back down to your knees. All of you feel that sense of being restrained coming off of her.
Oh,
I'm
they
going to
fucked
increase the
up.
pressure of the bugs. The noble is now getting picked up and being carried into the room.
This is true, but it's still the bad guy's turn. And right now, the ones that are shooting, as soon as the bastion goes down to one knee, they're like, we got her, man! Right? And they begin to redouble their efforts shooting at you. And now they're able to do so. With them, it's with advantage. But what that means for you, Kasadi, is you have to test your flux with disadvantage. Strangely enough, since we're using, what's her face, the Avray bot, when you type in your D20, you're going to roll with advantage. Thank you. And that will have our numbers line up correctly.
Holy shit!
Nice!
I lurched from one extreme to the next. I don't...
But you've rolled with disadvantage twice today and just rolled badass.
And even though you're sitting here straining against these cables and whatnot, and they're like, come on, man, let's get her! Fire your loads! Pa 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 pa. All right, you are still managed to get that arm up, deflect these rounds, and even causing these little machines that they've brought over to try to restrain you to smoke. All of a sudden, in the distance, over by the entrance to Ferric, you're able to see your brother's spider drones effectively pushing in this slightly well-dressed Cloven with a, looks like a pea wet spot on the front of his pants. Noble gods of Ferric, please lay down your arms. Stop shooting the bastion. And release the bastion. Release it. They are not our enemy. And
With
so-
as quiet as I can hear that he is through my sister's senses, I'm gonna really start putting the pressure down on him.
What do you mean?
Well, they're gonna get closer and closer. Am I able to speak through the spider drones?
Why not?
I'm gonna have one of them whisper louder.
Oh, it speaks. Oh.
You're having entirely too much fun with those things.
Oh, I am. I've never had minions before. This might be going to my head.
Guards, halt! Halt! He goes ahead and yells, and immediately the guns stop firing. The low casters are lowered. Your bastion is free, Kasadi. Yes, go back to your stations, men. The enemy is gone. There, I said it.
Yes, you did. And now we will stay close and make sure that those raiders do not come back. You go hide in your room. We will do the rest.
Thank you. Chimru.
Now, run, Pistains.
That is not my name! As he goes ahead and runs off. You realize that for some reason, this noble Cloven, he runs like Jack Sparrow for some strange reason. You're not sure if that's his normal run or if that is in relation to him trying to air out his pants. Either way, he leaves.
I make assumptions regardless.
As he is
I need
leaving,
popcorn.
you're
This is entertaining.
yes, you're not. I love it because Typhoon is just flying in circles around it like, oh yes, this is the show. I didn't have to get involved at all. But with the noble gone, with Amel in his Sunderer bringing in one of the damaged defenders, you realize that people are still in their houses and they're looking out their windows at what's been transpiring. And as soon as the Sunderer comes in with the defender in his arms, it seems as if the hope of the people begins to diminish. I'm going to remember these names. Kasadi, tell me, what are you doing right now? Now that you are free, with the soldiers, they put their load casters back and they start backing off, wondering like, okay, we don't really know what to do now aside from go back to our posts. Do we apologize? No, it's a bug. Don't apologize to bugs. You kind of hear all this little talk going on around you. Tell me, what are you doing in this moment?
It is sad to see that the sacred covenant of no touchy is not respected on this fragment. And I'm just gonna like start brushing off my frame and then just like be on standby.
Sounds good.
Yeah, your sister's got her feet to her again.
But yeah, as you're on standby, it seems as if a bit of a sadder tone is being heard amongst the people. Now that they realize the threat's currently over, they begin to come out and do their best to repair and recover. Though all of them are acting as if it's just a matter of time before the Dusk Ravens arrive, kill them all, take the ore, and leave.
I would like to donate my my spiderlings to help assist in rebuilding stuff as best as I can. Now that I don't have to worry about a Pistain's noble trying to get certain members of us all tethered up and back in prison, I would like to dedicate my abilities into helping restructure and repair things as best as I can.
Oh, that is good. Okay, are you going to start with the walls, or are you going to start with helping out with the defenders?
By helping out with the defenders, I mean cleaning up the mess or repairing them?
Repairing them.
I'll try to help with the defenders, although I don't think I have stats that really benefit that. But the more bodies we have to shoot back, I think the better we will be off.
I completely understand that, but guess what? The Chimru are very good tinkerers.
That's what the lore said.
Most definitely. And so you're actually able to look at these kind of broken apparatuses and you are able to see room for improvement. Not just you, but also your sister share this talent as well.
Okay, what do you need me to roll?
All right. First, before we roll, Kasadi, are you going to be helping out with the repair of the defenders?
Wow, these guys are dicks.
Legit.
I understand, but they are scared.
They can be both scared and dicks.
Well, true. I do not expect you to help.
Okay, well, if she's not going to help, then you are just going to be testing your Aether.
Okay. Which I think is my weakest stat.
I thought it was your Hearth.
Oh no, my Hearth is 10, my Aether is 9.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm better with people than I am with tech, apparently. Make sure I'm actually in the right spot.
Right. You begin
Rather
working
than-
on them, and believe it or not, you get to apply your because you have your spiderlings out.
They're not going to help with that.
Well, yeah, but let's say you get to use it in the reverse. In other words, go ahead and test your Aether, but
I
then
did.
okay,
It's a 17.
okay. Now go ahead and roll your swarm and reduce the 17 by that amount.
Which part did you hear that stopped at it's not going to work?
Well, the fact I just want to go ahead and play this out because it helps solidify the rules in my mind as well.
For sure. I
Thank you.
cannot reach 9 from 17 on a d4.
This is true because that's math,
Right.
right? But yes, your swarm does apply to things outside of just combat and making nobles pee themselves.
So far, that's all I'm good for. Aside from sometimes smashing people into spiked walls.
No problem. All right, you begin working on one of the defenders, and you do realize, oh, this is completely set up from the way you have your Aether cap functioning. And now 2 of the arms have fallen off. Finally,
Curse. Curses!
one of the knights is running over there. Hey, what are you doing?
Step back. I am working.
Don't destroy the. We need those.
Anything I could... did I get anything special from doing the recap today?
Yes.
Can I effectively have done this with advantage?
All right, if you want to try again, feel free. Wait a minute. See, this is why we don't trust bugs.
Oh, okay. So
They just make things worse.
the swarm might actually help with this.
What are you gonna do?
Damn it! That reduced it to
That'll
9.
match it.
That matches it. It doesn't fix the problem.
No
but
problem. Now the legs pop off. All right. No! No! What? Stop! Stop helping!
No.
Little sister, you probably ought to help him. He's fumbling everything.
Hey, you stay out of this.
Mm.
Pop the leg back in.
Comical, really.
I'm just laughing. The guy who's kind of flying around just drinking coffee. He's like, "You should probably stop." And then the center is like, "We could just pop the leg back in." Like walks over and starts like trying to jam Ken doll back together.
Oh, definitely.
Is that how you see it?
Yes, that is exactly how I see it.
Okay.
Okay. Jeller, Tonto.
Yes.
You have set up the Grand Pyre, and word has reached some of the villagers here at Ferric, and they have come out to bury their dead. Well, not bury their dead, but burn their dead. It's a bit of a solemn event as they have the deceased wrapped in various colored cloths. Each one has a bit of a metal pin, seeing as how Ferric is a mining town. Certain types of metal, including this kind of glittery type, just a sliver of it, they attach to their dead in hopes that when their spirits go into the ethereal, that this little piece of expensive corydon would help them along their way. You do notice that after burning a loved one, one of the other cloven, she kind of goes over to the side of your apparatus and she just weeps upon its leg. As a being of elemental energy, as a cauldron, this is still a bit of a foreign concept to you. That when these organic beings are sad, fluids come out of their face. Tell me, what is going through Jeller's mind?
Even though that he physically cannot replicate, crying and all that, he does understand loss.
Mm.
Being a being of etheric energy, being that's their origin. The Caldron have a very unique perspective when it comes to loss.
Right.
It's seen more as the returning to the ethereal sea, where they will rejoin with their brethren, their kin,
Mm-hmm.
because all come from the ethereal sea, whether they see it or not.
Ha!
And all shall return. That
From
is.
ashes to dust,
Mm-hmm.
from kin to kin, all shall return. So I will let her weep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even prop up my shield right next to my arm, just to kind of keep her covered from the elements.
Right.
But I will let her weep for her dead.
Okay.
There's a horrible part of my subconscious that wants to say something about that.
Well, we might get to it. We might not.
This is on a personal level. I'll tell you guys afterwards.
Definitely.
Mhm.
All right. But as the people are mourning their losses, you do see that the other knights, the other defenders, their pilots, they have marched out and they're lining up and they're against the wall. And upon the burning of every person, they salute them. Though you could tell that even though you're unable to physically express sadness the way that they are, you definitely, like you said, are aware of it. And to lose hope, to lose morale the way that they have, it almost seems as if when the Dusk Ravens return, it's not even going to be a fight unless these fighters get the will to fight return to them. Do you say anything to them? Oh, Jeller.
I'll get you to repeat that. You kind of cut out for me. Internet's been acting kind of funky here. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. I just said that as you're comforting that one Cloven, you do see that other pilots of the defenders have arrived to salute their fallen. And you realize their will to fight is just gone. You feel this compulsion to say something to help bolster their spirits. Do you do so, or do you leave them be to mourn?
I mean, I can try. I'm not exactly the most charismatic.
Oh, no problem. But go ahead
But-
and test your hearth, but with advantage, because trust me, these guys are secretly yearning for some encouraging words.
Well, we'll see. You know what? Just for shits and giggles,
Mm-hmm.
I will drop my Nexus die to make that succeed.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I will. Well, just for the aesthetic flair, the cordium core of my apparatus will flare up.
Mm-hmm.
That elemental energy that I mentioned before that showed in the imp
Mm-hmm.
during the battle begins to flare up some more as I'm actually going to slightly untether myself from my apparatus. I will actually exit it.
Oh, nice.
And like I said, I'm slightly untethered, like I'm still connected to it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just to allow my voice to bolster, to actually be heard.
Right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Just like you
And,
said. Go ahead.
I know not of how you feel about the coming battle, but I do not want you to fear. I do not want you to falter. Your kin here, they fought bravely, fought with honor. They fought with everything they had and more.
Mm-hmm.
And from the ashes they return to the ethereal sea. They go to see their brothers, their sisters. For this coming fight, do not fight for just yourselves. Fight for them. Do not let their sacrifice be in vain.
Mm.
Show them that these walls are more than just the walls that hold up this great fortress. Show them that there's home, there's hearth, there's heart. And it still beats as strong as ever.
Yeah! With that, they go ahead and they salute you and they cheer as you go ahead and stoke the fires of fighting back within them. When they get a hold of themselves, they turn and they salute you.
And I will give them each a nod, and I will turn to the cloven that is still at my apparatus's feet, and I'll look down at her and nod my head, and I'll even speak to her. I know not everyone can fight, not everyone has apparatus, but I don't want you to give up hope just yet either. Everyone fights in their own unique way. Will you?
And with that, she wipes the tears from her face and looks up at you and she nods.
For Hoth and for your home. And I'll nod, and that's when I condense myself back to my more elemental form as my tether retracts and pulls me right back into my apparatus.
Nice. Your imp apparatus closes up around you, and you see the lady that you just spoken some life into. She now is walking back into the Fortress Ferric with renewed purpose. Just like you said, even though she's not a pilot of an apparatus, there's still something that she can do. Excellent. Awesome. Typhoon, Roulette.
Yes.
As you're circling Ferric, you're actually able to see the slight tears and a couple of telltale signs left behind by the Dusk Ravens. Whatever they're using to effectively teleport in and out through the ethereal, it has definitely left a type of trail, perhaps, that might be able to be followed. What do you do?
Well, fly closer to one of these tears, being sure to record every bit of data that I can off them, sharing that with the rest of the group. And, what's his name? You're not the only one forgetting character names.
Trust me, I understand. That's all right. Just say his regular handle.
Anyway, Jeller.
Oh, yes, you remembered.
Specifically.
Yay!
Hell no, I cheated, but
That's fine.
It is.
I looked. Jeller, you're the one that teleports everywhere, buddy. You want to take a closer look at this? And point out to him what I'm seeing.
But yeah.
Well, once I'm back in my apparatus and the cloven lady's now moved off from my foot, I'll actually make my way over there to go see what this is.
And if he needs a lift, I'll fly down and give him a lift.
Sounds good. The gist of it is, yes, every time they utilize some device to actually slip into the ethereal and out somewhere else, it does leave a slight aether tear. This might be able to be used to hunt those pirates down. If you guys so choose.
Thinking what I'm thinking? I don't know enough about jumping through this to feel comfortable navigating it by myself, but I'd kind of like to know where the hell they went.
It's going to have an endpoint to it. It's very similar to my Aether step.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to leave behind a very, very noticeable signature. So yeah, no, it's we can definitely look into this. Who knows? We might be able to strike first.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, sounds good. Back around Kasadi. All right. The people's hearts have slightly changed. Some are walking around with new purpose. Some still don't like you. But people are struggling to do the repairs for the Fortress Ferric. Though you are also able to feel the annoyance of your brother in dealing with them, who we'll get to right after you.
Yes.
He is still attempting to help them out by repairing their defenders. All right, but right now the current question is, as the sun is, well, as the core sun is slowly beginning to shift in a way that is causing night to fall upon the Fortress Ferric, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna see if there's anything in particular in like the immediate vicinity that I could potentially help with. I'm done sulking now.
Okay. All right, so you kind of look about the area and you do see that there was one collapsed building that was by the fortress wall, and that only 3 or so people were there removing rocks slowly, trying to excavate whatever was left in that home. You definitely could help with that. Do you wish to?
Sure.
Then go ahead and test your stone with advantage, which means you have to type disadvantage or dis.
Don't diss me, bro.
All right. Your shadow looms over them and they stop. Yeah. They see your hand reaching down and move out of the way. Yeah, let's see what we have here. Oh, 5. Yeah. All right. You're able to, of course, move some of the debris out of the way. And as soon as you do so, this young little cloven head kind of pops up.
He's so cute.
He has these little kind of curly horns on the side, along with a whole bunch of curly hair that it's almost more hair than body, but it's covered in dust and a little bit of rocks and debris. And his eyes get huge, and he's like, "It's a bastion! That's my favorite apparatus!" And like his family, assumingly, they gather around him like, "Oh my God, we're so glad that you're alive! We thought you were bitten." And he's like, "No, move! I can't see. It's a bastion!"
He's fanboying hard.
Right? And it was like, "Are you hurt to any of the rocks?" And he was like, "I'm fine. Stop fussing over. What? Can I touch it? Can I touch the bastion? Can I please? Can I please?" And they're
No, no touch. No touch.
right, and they're like, "No, we have to go ahead. We have to see if the healing crystals are going to help." "I'm fine." And they're picking up, they're trying to carry him away, and he is just on the shoulder of seemingly his father reaching out. "The Bastion, you're so cool."
I'm just gonna wave.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking like the happy wave, or are we talking like the Queen's wave? Like, yes, carry on, peasant.
It's like the awkward wave, like hi, I guess.
Right? You do the awkward wave, and you see his eyes get even bigger somehow. He's like, "Mama, it me!" Right?
Just losing his damn mind.
And then I'm just gonna like do the wave with my hands.
Nice. Right? He's here, it's like trying to struggle. He finally gets free of his parents, and they're like, "Friends, come here." And he's like, "No, it's dancing. The apparatus is dancing." Right? So he's over there. He's like, "Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again." Right?
I'm gonna go the other direction.
And he's like doing his best to try to mimic it, and it looks so awkward, right? And a couple of his friends come out there and was like, "Oh, we thought you were dead." And then they see him trying to dance to the Bastion, and they look up at you and like, and immediately the young kid, he looks around, kind of cocky at his other young Cloven. That Bastion's my friend. And they're like, "No way." He's like, "Yeah. That Bastion saved my life because it knew I was in trouble, so the Bastion saved my life because we're friends." No. Wait, wasn't that the bug? You're friends with a Chimru? Ugh. And he is like, "That's a knight in there that helped save our home." And he picks up a rock and he throws it and just pegs that other kid upside the head.
I like this kid.
Right. Yeah, he's running over there to the kids. It looks like he's getting ready to get into a fight, but it's 1 against 3. But either way, the parents are rushing in there to try to break it up. "You don't talk about the you don't talk about their heroes." And yeah, the parents jump in real quick and break that up, though.
You start fights with children?
I'm just gonna like hold my hands up and back away out of the area.
And so this
Careful,
huge robot,
I think it's a dance move.
all right, slowly trying to ease out of this situation. All right, the
But then
parents.
I'm gonna end.
Walk out.
No, I'm gonna end with finger guns. Like
That might be taken as a form of hostility here. Be careful.
Right, the
with
parents
the
are.
snap, you know, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
And the kid is like, "That Bastion did that for me! That Bastion did that for me! You guys suck!" Right? And the parents, of course, take little Franz away. Zakaf, of course, you're privy to all of it. That is not how you respond. Roll call.
Brap.
All right, if you're drinking beer without me, that's rude. All right, somehow throw me a beer from Canada. All right.
Yeah. Give it about 1 to 2 business weeks to show up.
Okay, coolness. But yeah, Zakaf, what are you doing?
I'm still gonna try and fix this mech. So help me God.
It's all right now that you've gotten a good look at its insides. Right.
I have a chance. Not a good chance, but there is one.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it arrived. There it is.
So that's still a fail. Actually, no. Even if I use the spider drone, I can only match my Aether.
No problem. And the head pops off. And once again, the guy is like, "Stop helping, please!"
I'm sorry, but there is nothing more I can do, and I'm gonna walk away and start working on the walls. He's dead, Jim.
Now, the walls is something you can help with. You see they're doing their best to repair it, but they're having difficulties getting the lumber in place before they start putting the stone around the lumber.
Behold my spiders! As I send out the swarm.
Test your stone!
I think that's my good number. Is that my good number? Need to double check. I don't remember the stats. Stone is my good number.
Yay! He big, strong, beefy boy.
I mean, it's a 14. So, I mean, you know, I'm not the weakest boy.
It's all right. You go over to where they have the lumber stockpiled, and you do see actually another apparatus there. But this one is more framework than anything else. No armor plating, nothing like that. I heard the heavy sigh.
Oh, thank God.
What happened?
The Legion dice saved it.
Right? And so you go ahead and you grab 1 log, 2 logs, with your other arm, 3 logs, and you're trying to carry way more than what you're supposed to.
Bro, legit. I rolled a 17.
Nice!
My target number was less than 14. I needed a 4 on the Legion dice to get it, and I got it.
Yes! See, look at that. The average dice bot is in your favor.
Barely.
All right.
This floozy has made me miss multiple attempts so far.
All right. Well, either way, you pick up a whole lot of logs and start carrying them to the portion of the fortress wall that needs to be repaired. Unfortunately, showing up the one like lumber apparatus that's there. The pilot of it, he sees what you're doing. He tries to match you with the logs, but now his Aether crystal is kind of like smoking as he's struggling to carry these logs. Not gonna let no fancy schmancy knight show me up.
Perhaps you should calm down, otherwise your arms might pop off.
Don't you tell me what. And the arm pops off. The other arm pops off. The logs all fill out.
I tried to warn you. I've seen it. I sensed it.
And with that, the guy's like,
Here, let me help.
are you going to reattach his arms?
Probably not, but I'm gonna try.
Chop his legs off. What are you
And
talking
so
about?
he's sitting here. He's like, look here, bug. All right.
Son of a bitch!
shit.
Son of a bitch!
All right. I saw what you did with that apparatus over there. And all right, you popped his arms off, his legs off, his head off. I don't think, and with that, you go ahead and you reattach his arms.
Clunk.
Well, I'll be. You're all right, cockroach. You're all right.
What is a cockroach?
It's a roach for your house. It's a friendly house roach.
I shall remember that. Although, what is roach?
You know, it's a type of. You know what? You're all right. What's your name?
Zakaf.
Don't think I can say that, but I'm gonna call you Zach.
I think I can live with that. But what is a roach?
You know what? Roaches are these house guests that they show up in a large group and sometimes don't want to leave. But you know, we gotta call you something else, Zach. So don't worry. Don't worry about the roach part. All right, you just help me with this wood here.
Aren't those called bums?
Why don't you go ahead and help me with this wood here, my friend? It's just... I didn't think you had any real use to it just about now.
Fine, I will help, but I have questions.
Well, it's all right, because I don't have answers. You grab that end right over here. I'll grab this end right here.
Can do.
You know, I like the way you're helping out. Your spider little bot things are there, scary as hell. I don't like them, but I like the fact that they're helpful.
I like that they move fast and they go tick, 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 real quick.
Yeah, it's the sound thing. It kind of gets to me, you know. It's sort of making me have flashbacks of things
He's
before.
working with Elvis.
Have you ever seen them jump?
Yeah. Don't make them jump, all right? If they jump, I'm going to jump. I'm going to drop the log. It's going to be all bad, all right? Look here, son. Just put the log right there until you see where that one broken piece of log is. Take that piece out. Put this piece in, all right? And make sure your spiders don't jump, because then I'm going to jump. I'm going to lose my man card, and then it's going to be all bad, all right? Can't look bad in front of these idiots over here that ain't doing nothing. Get up! We're suffering from
What if I make
war.
spider jump at them? Will that get them up?
You said you make them jump anyway? So they go ahead and jump, and he's real still now.
What about the rest of them? Are they getting up?
All right, yeah, they're like, they jumped it. The other guys are taking off, but the other guy that you're helping out, he's just kind of standing there.
See, you kept man card. You didn't jump. I fixed now.
You know what, Zach? I still like you. A little less now. I still like you. I didn't jump on the outside, but I jumped on the inside. And so, look, I need your help with this other log, all right? But don't make those things jump again, all right? Because I may not jump on the inside again. And if I do jump on the inside, something's going to jump out of me. All right? And I don't want nothing jumping out of me right now.
Understood. Jumping bad. And with that, I'll swap out the logs that he's asking.
Most definitely. But the the core sun continues to set. Night falls over the fortress. All right, you guys have a respite, and even though all your stuff is going to go back to full and whatnot, do you do anything throughout the night before we start the beginning of the next day?
Necessary maintenance. eat something, that sort of, standard
gonna-
issue crap.
I'm going to try and get as much fortification done as possible since I'm not hurting too much, so.
Well,
Just as soon as I physically am able to again and got the full respite period done, I'm back in the air spotting enemies.
sounds good. But before we cut to that, Amel, pilot of the Sunderer, you've brought in a good share of the damaged and disabled apparatuses of the defenders. And at their repair port, this one bullfrog actually steps out. Green and yellow skin, definitely amphibious, as all bullfrog are. Person actually has a very impressive build, but is stark raving naked. But
I feel you, brother.
Clothing's optional.
he comes out there, he goes, I'm not sure, but everyone kind of complains.
What?
With that, he finally, even though he's, of course, on the ground, he leaps up onto the torso of your Sunderer. Well, can you hear me now, buddy?
Yeah.
I saw you fight. You're a good fighter. Can you teach me those moves?
I can teach you some.
Excellent. With that, he goes ahead, he jumps down, and he tries to mimic the stance that you were in. A couple of the other cloven that are doing the repairs on the defenders are like, hey, look at it. Fishman's getting ready to fight. Look. What's the first thing you teach this bullfrog?
Dance.
Are you going to teach him from within your apparatus, or are you going to hop out?
I'll hop out.
All right, so you go ahead, you untether, the plates open up, and you inside of your Kyrus and it kind of swings out a little bit. The tubes that attach your armored Kyrus that goes around your torso to your apparatus, they detach, and the glow of Aether energy kind of dies out. But either way, you're on the ground with this bullfrog. And you begin to kind of correct his stance. You realize his feet were too close together. You have to spread them out a bit more. You position his fist just right. Like this.
Pull your back a little bit. Tuck in.
Mm-hmm.
Get your arms up.
Mm-hmm.
Squared with your shoulders.
Mm.
This is your Muay Thai stance.
Interesting. And with that, he begins trying to do a couple of punches. And then when he goes for the kick, you realize this thing has ridiculously strong legs. He just does one little roundhouse, and you're actually able to feel a slight breeze.
Oh, I think your legs are definitely going to be your weapons.
The bullfrog have very strong legs.
Well, that means your knees should also be immensely powerful.
Ew. Finally, one of the other cloven, he comes over there. Okay, hey, hold up. You can't be teaching this fish man how to fight, all right? He shouldn't know how to fight, all right? All right, we don't need that, all right? That's the water guy.
Let me ask you something. What if I don't make it in time to save you guys?
Well, what's the water guy gonna do?
I bet that knee of his can bend metal.
Hey! Give me that piece. Yeah, give me that piece of scrap right there. About to prove you wrong. And with that, they go over and they hold the piece of metal in place. Come on, Bubbles, let's see what you got. And
like this, and I kind of let him mimic what a
Oh.
proper way to throw a knee.
All right, go ahead and test either your Aether or your Hearth, whatever is higher, to demonstrate and teach him correctly.
Alright, well, I got these are both my lowest, so we're going for it. We're going for it.
Uh-huh.
That makes it on both.
Oh, heavens, here we go. All right. And so with that, you go ahead, you get his stance correct, and you mimic the whole step in knee, right? And he looks at you. You demonstrate a couple of times. He nods. Now he looks at that little bit of scrap metal that they're holding confidently, and the guys are looking a little less confident than before.
You done goofed.
Oh, Knight. When I do the knee, do I breathe out harder or breathe in harder?
Release. Build up the tower. Release your air. Snap your hips into that knee.
Right. Got you. And so he takes his stance, he put his kneeing foot back, and he takes in this huge breath of air. His lungs and torso actually expand. The cloven there holding the piece of scrap metal like, uh-oh. Immediately, this bullfrog launches this knee, he bends the scrap and launches the three guys that were holding it about 10 feet away. I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it!
You did do it.
And with that, he bows to you.
Bow back.
Would you like some water now? The three cloven are on their backs like, no. But with that,
Knowing,
no, go ahead.
I'm gonna let the three know. Asking and getting knowledge on combat arts is part of what makes you a warrior. You don't always have to rely on knights. Sometimes you have to rely on yourself just to gain just enough time for the knights to make it.
With that, they're kind of embarrassed. A couple nod. The rest just kind of leave like, okay, yeah, this didn't work out the way we wanted to. But they go back to their duties, repairing the defenders. And with that, the rest of you actually all gather together. They actually have a pretty much a tent for you guys to use and rest in. It's loaded with all the amenities from food and vegetables, places of rest, cots, and in front of the tent is a decent fire. As the core sun finally sinks below this fragment, as the stars come out in full force, revealing the beauty of the constellations amongst the ethereal. You guys are actually able to finally find a little bit of time to rest and relax. And that actually brings us to our first break.
Woo!
But when we come back,
Things going south.
maybe you guys have to make a hard decision. Do you track down the Dusk Ravens, or do you wait for them to come to you?
Sounds like things are gonna go south as fucking
They just might. But we're going to go ahead and take 10, and we'll see you right back here for more Aether Nexus.
See ya.
Break time.
And we are back. Oh, with some more Aether Nexus. Our heroes have, in their own special ways, really helped the fortress town of Ferric. Some did so by rescuing people, others by helping rebuild the walls.
Some just barely.
Hey, I was security.
I wasn't aiming that at you.
And some even helping with funeral arrangements. But now it is night, and now the knights have come together. And actually, it is at this time I would like for you guys to actually choose what to call your Nexus. What will the banner of this group of knights finally call themselves? If you have the book open or the PDF open.
Duskbreakers!
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. I like that. But you guys have to agree.
I mean, we just broke the shit out of some Dusk Raiders, so...
Yeah, but we also all come from broken nexuses, so something that I think would unify.
Broken Sky?
That's an option.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last one?
Which one for me? Broken Sky. I don't have the book to look at, so
It's all right. It's all right.
Technically, none of us have a book to look at. There's a PDF. Remember,
Right.
we're still in Beta.
Yeah, we're in
We're
Vader.
still a Vader.
yeah, you're the master of that.
English
Wait, what
has
page?
failed. It is page 12 of the PDF.
Broken Aether.
Where the hell is the PDF?
Yeah, it's gonna be all right.
What about Aether Shaper?
This is beyond me. This is for all you guys to do. But
Mind you, you're not helping.
this is true, but I will say this: as you guys are in your tent trying to come up with something that you guys agree on, a new banner.
Ooh, Oath Shaper.
The cloven female that was helped before by the funeral pyre. She arrives and she actually has a bowl full of fresh fruits for you guys.
None for the bug guy there. He's fruity enough.
Hey, that's not funny.
With that, she just she places it down inside your tent. She goes, "I just wanted to say thank you again." And she walks off. But
There's nothing about me fruity.
Oath Keeper.
If I don't give you shit, you'll think I'm sick. Get over it.
You are sick. Something's wrong with you.
Hey. Psychologically does not count in this world.
No, it totally counts. Broken is broken. We all's broken.
Oathbound.
I could live with Oathbound.
Ooh, we have 2 for Oathbound. Jeller, what do you think?
Oathbound? Yeah, I like it.
I guess that'll work. I'm outvoted anyway.
All right. And
I mean, I was just throwing out ones until something stuck, but I do like Oathbound. Oathbound.
Oathbound does sound good. You
It
said
has-
that was page what?
12 on the PDF.
Oh, there it is.
Kasadi, you're in the tent with them. What do you say?
I like Oathbound.
Oathbound Zakav. Here for duty.
It does have a nice ring to it. But with that, this feeling through your connection with the Aether, even though you're outside of your apparatuses, even though you're untethered, knowing that all of you are now oathbound, it just gives you a bit more of a sense of connection, a bit more of a sense of family. All of a sudden, there is a flash. Every one of you, your eyes flash in complete sync with one another. And even your apparatuses that are currently kneeling outside of the tent, their Aether reactors flare. It is as if both, all of you, mind, body, and apparatus, have come to an agreement. And with that, you guys.
How electrifying was that?
And with that, you guys, find some rest.
Cassad, we have new hive.
Is that what the siblings are doing in the middle of the night while everyone's just trying to sleep? You gotta go ahead and roll over and be like, Cassad, are you awake?
I don't have to be that forward. She hears my voice. I annoy her constantly.
Yes, what do you do? Go ahead.
Sister, are you awake?
No touchy.
I'm not touching. I am speaking.
No touchy.
No touchy. Understood. But is this new hive? They treat us decent, unlike these other things here.
They haven't put us in shackles yet. That's probably a good sign.
They have actually protected me from being in shackles. I think these are good folk. It's strange to find hive that is not bug.
They respect the rule of no touchy. I'm cool with it.
We all respect the rule of no touchy, largely because I scared the shit of touchy you.
As you
Talking. Roll over, look at them. You're both bugging me. Go to sleep. Roll back over and go back to sleep.
I hiss at him.
Alright. So Roulette rolls over and goes back to sleep, and now all of you are kind of disturbed a little bit, not only by the conversation and the hissing, but then you hear like the loud sneaking of some small cloven outside the tent.
I'll go check on the apparatuses.
I'm gonna be a creep and just hide in the shadows and try to spy on whoever's stalking us.
Oh, right.
What's the test for creeping?
It is flux.
Excellent. I'm good at flux.
Okay, so you're going to creep out of there, Zakaf.
I passed.
I also passed.
Oh shit! I put that in the wrong goddamn thing.
I was
Cass,
like,
I'm
wait a
sorry.
minute, I'm like, where the heck is it?
I got an 8, but it was in Cass's character sheet.
Lol.
It's all good.
No problem. So
Do you want me to reroll that, or are you going to classify it as an 8?
I'm gonna classify it as an 8.
Okay.
So let me get this straight. Zakaf, you're going to sneak out to see what's going on outside, as well as Amel, you're going to just head on out boldly, right, to check on the apparatuses. Kasadi, tell me, what are you doing? What did you roll for?
I rolled to stealth.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm getting the sneaking suspicion it's my little dance friend.
Right.
Or a sneaky little snake.
Amel, you said you were the first one to head out. And as you do so, and you go around the tent, before you have a chance to get to the apparatuses, you do see this small young cloven. He's crouched down low. He still does not realize that you see him. He still thinks he's in perfect stealth. Even to the point where he's trying to like brace his back against the tent. Like that wouldn't disturb the people inside. And he's like sliding along with it. He has some package bundled up in gray cloth that he has underneath his arm. And right now.
Told me to start stretching and act like I'm not looking at him.
Right. You begin to stretch and he stops and he sees you. His eyes get huge. But then as you're acting like you don't see him, he gets that smile on his face like, I'm sneaky like a imp. He starts singing as he's trying to like stealth around you while still pressing his back against the tent.
I'm gonna pick him up and start tickling him.
No, you're gonna make me drop it. Zakav, Kasadi, you guys are pretty much in the shadows outside of the tent right now, witnessing all of this. And Emil is just tickling this little kid, and he accidentally drops his package, this little thing he has swaddled in cloth. He's like, no, it's going to get dirty. Stop.
Is this normal?
Maybe?
Should we intervene?
Do I recognize the kid?
It is your dancing friend.
Maybe.
Are you still tickling him, Emil?
I will kind of like, set him in one arm. If that makes sense.
Then
Yes.
I'm gonna get as close as physically possible to make things uncomfortable for everybody.
Bend down, pick up his package. Oh, what's this for?
He goes, wait, that's not for you. That's for No.
Who is that for?
What the? Where'd you come from?
The tent where you came from.
It's a Chimru.
Yes. It is a Cloven who brings dirty packages. What do you want?
Well, it was the only cloth I had. But this is for the knight that's piloting the bastion.
Oh. Then why you not just walk up? Why try to sneak?
Shh. It's a present. It's going to go under the knight's pillow. That's how you give a present.
I am unfamiliar with this custom.
Okay, so when you want to do something nice for someone, all right, you wrap something that they would like in some cloth like this, and then you sneak and you put it in a place like under their pillow or under their bed, or but don't put it in the boo boo bucket, because you don't want them to boo boo on it, and there might be boo boo in the bucket, and then the boo boo gets on the present, and then the present isn't so special. But
of course, boo boo bad.
Yes, right. Ooh, like my dad says that the Chimru eat boo boo. Is that?
No.
Will be a no.
The Chimru throw up like people.
I will take this and pass it to the knight. And follow your very specific and arbitrary rules. But I will do it. If you leave now.
Okay, but tell.
They will never know.
Okay, but you got to tell me what the knight looked like when they see the gift.
If I see you again, I will.
It's okay. I'll be back in the morning. All right, I snuck out. It's okay. Bye.
Where are you going? Isn't it past your bedtime? As he's trying to struggle out of my arms.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
If you wanted to see, then why make it secret?
Because that makes it a surprise.
He's a secret admirer.
But then, if you want to see, surprise is not secret.
Huh. But they will be surprised when they get the present.
Do you want to give surprise?
Yes.
Or do you want to see face?
I want to give the surprise and see the surprise.
What did... I'm just going to grab the child and bring him with the present.
Ooh, you're strong.
Sister, he has... What word do you use for this again?
Present.
He has present. And I'm just going to, like, shove it towards her awkwardly.
Mm. And he looks... You're the knight of the bastion?
Shh. You want to see face, you need no speak.
Okay, I'll be quiet now. So cool. But yes, Kasadi, you've been given this thing waddled in cloth. What do you do?
I'm gonna open it.
Mm-hmm. And you just go ahead, kind of unwrap, and you realize it's a doll. It's a cloth version of a bastion. And they sewn in these flaps that represent when you go to bulwark mode. And it looks like he used something akin to Velcro, so you're able to move the armor plates of this cloth doll thing all over its body.
That's cool as fuck.
Damn.
And with that, he said, "Can I ask if she likes it?"
No. Kasadi, do you like it?
Wait, so am I in line of sight of the kid?
Yes.
Oh, I have him in my arms, and I'm like looking you dead in the eye at this point in time.
Yeah, aside from his head, he's like ragdolled in his arms, and he's like his head is up, and he's just looking at you with all the hope in the world as his eyes are just shimmering in the night as he's just wondering if you're going to like his present.
I'm going to do what I did the first time I met him. I'm gonna wave one direction, wave the other direction. Gonna do a little cross turn, and then I'm gonna put the little stuff thing on my shoulder, and then I'm just gonna do my finger guns walking away.
I'll put him down, and I'll start doing the finger guns as I walk into the shadows with you.
And he's like, and you see here after you put him down, he's actually grabbing you, Emil. You know, Emil, and he's like, "She likes it. She likes it. She likes my present."
I'm gonna start throwing fruit at him until he goes away now.
I'm gonna grab the kid back up. All right, let's get you back home where you stay.
You're like,
Just like hands of mutant strawberries and stuff at him until he goes away.
right? It's a Emil, you put him up on your shoulder, and he's like, "Yeah, she likes my bastion." As like, you know, some fruit hits him beside the head. But
I have rewarded the child for his generosity. Is this right for this culture? They confuse me.
beaming children with fruit. That's right in most cultures, actually.
Excellent.
Doing this all to the backgrounds of snoring.
Roulette has left the Nexus. No, but but
Five left the game.
no problem. Emil, you take him back to his house, and
Question:
Mhm.
Does he live outside the fortress?
no, he lives inside the fortress.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, there goes his chance at a ride in a apparatus.
He can always ride on a spider bot.
Forget you for being privileged here. Stay in your house, peasant. All right. But yeah, he goes ahead and he starts climbing up the side of the wall into his window.
I'll definitely help him.
Mm-hmm. And he gets in there and he sticks his head out. Hey, what do you pilot?
The Sunder.
With the big arm units?
Yeah.
Cool. Still not as good as the Bastion. Night! And he goes inside of his room.
That little shit.
You know what? No, but I am not letting his insolence go. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Sir, I'd like to point out, ain't nobody complimenting the Aether cap right now.
You know, that was actually, like, I almost told Cobalt I wanted to do that, but he's like, nah, someone else is already doing it.
Ha!
Emil, you go over to the front door and knock. It takes a bit, but finally a couple of candles are lit and the door opens and you see is this older male clothing and he's like, "Yes."
Your kid likes to sneak out. I got him back in. Have a good day. Night. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he closed the door.
That's when you hear the belt come out.
Talk shit about my apparatus.
You should have liked the Sunder, you little shit.
But yeah, the night passes without event and the morning comes. Tell me, everyone. You guys have that choice ahead of you. Wait for the Dusk Ravens to return or attempt to track them down through the Aether.
I feel they're guaranteed to come back. Either way, do we have good lead to track them?
Lead? but I'm not sure all of us can do it.
Does it involve free falling?
Yes, does it involve
for
free
you,
falling?
probably.
No, me no like.
For you two, probably.
Great.
I can fly and I can carry small stuff here,
So you
and he's the one that jumped. So we'd have no problem. But you two, well, I don't know what to do.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
So, Bugmind tell me we lead things into trap.
Wait,
We
bug
spoof.
mind?
Bugmind, yes.
Okay, so I'll make sure I heard that right. Go ahead.
Bugmind tells me someone spring trap, push thing into trap, then we catch things in trap and kill them.
So what you're saying, you want me to go lure them back here,
Potentially
and you set a trap?
Potentially you and him, yes. Because
Yeah, well,
Sunder,
yeah.
Bastion, Aether Cap, we lay basis for trap. We just need something to bring them into it. Also, we have defenses here. If they are prepared, they are more prepared for bigger trap. Yay?
Sounds logical to me. What do you think, Jeller?
Well, they're bound to come back. It would have been nice to do a preemptive strike, but
Well, not saying no preemptive strike. Just saying, you go, you bring back. If you do both, you can weaken, bring back, and be prepared to pew pew pew. I think is how the Cloven put it.
No, but close enough.
Wait, how do Cloven put it?
Pew pew pews with the younger ones.
Pew pew pews. Oh, okay. So there's one more pews.
Yeah.
So yes, you bring them back and we pew pew pews them. It is awkward.
We unload on them.
Don't do this to me on a personal level. I was keeping in the groove, you motherfucker. Also,
So,
you want to know who
Jeller,
the
you think you?
also out of character? You want to know the one person who has been unloaded on the least so far tonight? Cass.
Yeah.
Dark Lovely has been like unloaded upon entirely because it's like as soon as it shows up, she's like disadvantage success.
It's all
Sorry?
right. She'll be known by the catchphrase "No touchy."
No touchy. It's better than loadless.
Yes.
Sorry, I deviated, but again, the point still stands. We'll set trap. They come. We all band together, and they all die in big trap, like spiderweb.
Think you can get us there?
Me? No.
No, not you. Wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
Damn bugs. Be
Yeah,
a fly on the wall. Stay quiet.
No. Clarification. Heathen. These fleshies, I tell you.
Jeller, I can fly, but you'll have to navigate us.
I'm definitely more proficient in navigating the Aether.
Yeah. That'll just be what keeps you from hitting the bottom if we end up someplace we shouldn't be.
Shall I send spider bots to tether you together?
How far away can you control those things? Because we don't know where we're going.
I don't know. Never tested it.
I think we'd be better to come up with some sort of physical manner of tethering. Just in case, we go farther than what you control. Not selling you short, your webs are pretty cool. Spider-Man would be jealous, but...
What is Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Also, why are you calling me short?
Maybe because you are.
You figure out your side of things, we will figure out things here.
What's anybody else think of this?
Because
there's two other people that have...
Good question. What is everyone else doing?
Little sister and... Yeah.
I'd like to point out, if we're going by the size of the mechs, I am the little one.
Yeah, well, she's still little sister.
How so? That was never clarified that she was the little sister. We are only siblings
better.
out of the hive.
You are
It sounds
offended.
better.
I feel that sounds prejudice, is what that sounds like.
Skeleton wearing idiot.
What if she is the big sister? I have a big sister. I love her to pieces.
Aww.
Quiet, you.
Anyway,
So,
still waiting for anyone else to chime in.
has a decision been made? Has a plan been set?
That's kind of what I'm alluding to.
So,
We got to set a trap. That's what I'm down for.
So my side of the plan is that we basically fortify up and then let the other two, the Imp and the Dragoon, lure them because they clearly have some way to navigate through the Aether to find the Dusk Ravens. Gives us a chance to set up some defenses with the townsfolk and the defenders that we have here, so that if they do show up, we might be able to like gang cluster them.
okay. Good catch.
We got the speaker over here too.
Who's the speaker?
The one that says no touchy for everything.
Oh, why is she the speaker? She says the least words.
Her Earth is like a 12.
Kasadi,
Higher than that?
It's 15.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Kasadi, you need to rally the people. We need this plan to work. Unless you have better plan.
Fine.
The way that they treat us is not right. I understand, but we need to work together. Otherwise, no one's safe. That is how Hive work.
Okay.
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 I shall do what I can. And I'll send the spider bugs out to let everybody know what the plan is. God, could you imagine how horrifying that would be? Like, 6-foot-tall mechanical spider walks up to you. You take defensive positions and guns. And then just walks away.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Kasadi, Zakaf, and Amel.
Yep. So, Sentinel, Ettercap, and Bastion.
All right, you guys are going to rally the people to start to make traps around Ferric.
Well, you want to know what the sweetest part of this yes is? Cass, on her person check, it was a 3.
Ooh.
So, I'll just let her speak through the spiders.
Okay. So, you go ahead and you pop out your little spiderlings, and they begin skittering throughout the entire town of Ferric. People begin screaming, yelling, wondering why. All right, throwing things at them.
They're not going, like, super invasive, but yes, in the common areas, the 6-foot-tall spiderlings are totally there.
All right, before finally they stop and begin to speak. Kasadi, you have a chance to address the people of Ferric. They're currently frightened by these big spiders, but still, what do you tell the people?
Good evening. Wait, or is it morning?
It's morning.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody slept well. We have a bunch of pirates heading this direction. And if there's one thing I know from being what I am, it is that some of the best ways to defeat your foes is to simply set traps and lay in wait. You good people know every back alley, every building, every street of this fragment. We can use that to our advantage. So I urge you to think like a bug and to set your traps, cast your web wide, and we will defeat these pirates together.
Yeah! With that, the people cheer, and immediately they get to work, getting materials and resources, and heading out of the gates of Ferric to begin to start laying traps and whatnot.
Good morning, Vietnam! Sorry, that is like the only thing that popped in my head when you started speaking.
No problem. I got my cue card right here. So, Roulette, Jeller, you guys have hopped into your apparatuses and have emerged from the gates of Ferric. The core sun is bright in the sky. You do see a large plethora of clouds that are currently kind of surrounding Ferric, not directly on top and not blocking any real sunlight, but it is a bit of a cloudy morning. Every now and again, through the white clouds, you're able to see another rocky landmass of possibly another fragment far, far, far off in the distance. But you too have your mission. The Dragoon transforms into its Aether wing mode. Its effective cape spreads out to become the wings, the legs retract, and its lance becomes the nose of the aircraft. Jeller, in your imp, you're actually able to effectively surf on it as you hop onto his back. Its Aether thrusters burst with blue energy, and it flies off, heading towards the Aether tear. Immediately, you're able to feel its energy. Since Jeller is a Caldron, you actually have quite an intimate connection to this Aether. And you realize you are able to expand this tear, turn it into a full rift that hopefully, if you're lucky, will lead you directly to where that skyship went. Are you ready to test your Aether?
I am.
All right. Go ahead and test your Aether.
Yeah, we're just gonna have that succeed instead. I will force it down. I'm not gonna mess around with that.
Oh, right. Immediately inside of your imp apparatus, you go ahead and get your hands up and you begin to kind of part it as if you are pushing two heavy things to the side. And the Aether tear begins to get bigger and wider and bigger and wider before there's a flash of energy, allowing both the Dragoon and the imp apparatuses to fly into it. Immediately, you're amongst some type of astral sea of stars, lights, floating rocks, landmasses, beings, planets, dimensions. And for a moment, you're able to see the other end. And we need you, Dragoon. We need you, Roulette, to be able to pilot there. I need you to test your flux. As you begin to feel the different forces pulling you in different directions, dodging these floating rocks and boulders, you are able to do a barrel roll and go through the Aether tear on the other side. And as soon as you do, you almost run smack dab into another massive black airship. You guys get to do something first, but you realize that you're in some type of encampment that is controlled by the Dusk Ravens. There's at least 10 of their apparatuses doing various maneuvers and drills, as well as doing some construction work. And you even see 3 more black skyships far off in the distance. Another one you actually recognize, is currently being repaired. But right now, you guys have just flown directly into the Dusk Raven camp, and you guys have lost connection with your Nexus.
Oh, shit. I was afraid of that.
Yep. But we still have each other, so there is that. But I think in this instance, we should probably just try and get their attention.
Oh, I can do that readily enough.
Oh yes.
You take a shot, I'll take a shot, and we'll book back for the tear.
Yeah. But not just any shot. I want to hit their ammunition supply.
Ooh.
I want to make the biggest boom.
All right, you guys are the first ones through this portal, through this this Aether tear. They weren't expecting you. They're looking up, wondering what the heck is a Dragoon and an Imp doing here. They're currently in a moment of disarray. You guys have the chance to do something first before the two of you get into full-fledged combat. Also, do note that the Aether tear behind you that you just went through is already beginning to seal itself. What do the two of you do?
I'm going to start by flaming weapon.
All right.
For that, I need to roll the Nexus die.
Hmm. The Dusk Ravens are currently down below, scurrying. Some of them are jumping into their apparatuses.
That's the D8, is it? Or what? Yeah. Little
Yeah.
lost.
No problem. Yes, go ahead and roll your D8. Oh. Okay. Your Nexus die is definitely going to go down to a D6, but
Damn it.
it causes a Nexus surge. If I recall correctly, you are still a Cloven, and so your Nexus Surge is this cool ability called Spirit Link. All right, you get to choose an ally, and so far your only ally is Jeller in his Imp apparatus.
Yep.
And you can actually choose to use one of his aspects in your next test. So right now, you activated your Flame Culverin. And the lance that is the nose of your Aether Wind ignites as you begin treading fire behind you as you're flying through the air. What is your next action?
Let's see. Do I have anything I can shoot and stay in the flight form?
I mean, yeah. You can still shoot and be in flight form. The thing is that your damage die goes down by one step.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it would be a D6 instead of a D8.
Okay.
So, but yes, you can use your weapons in that form.
My next question before I go firing is, can we see this ammo dump he wants to go after?
Yes.
Okay. That is what I will be targeting.
Don't
If I
worry.
can.
It is a day for us to mess up English. It's all right. All right.
Yeah.
Say it however you say it. Make up a word. It's going to be great.
Targeting.
Now, here's the thing about it. Normally, you would test your decks. The real question is, do you want to test your decks or use your Spirit Link from your Nexus Surge or use Jeller's Flux? Did I say decks? I'm not trying to say decks.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did say.
you-
I apologize.
and-
I told you
and
we're
I would-
messing up English.
What is your flux?
Your stone and your flux is better than mine,
Oh.
as is
Okay.
your hearth. The only thing that I'm better than yours is Aether.
Oh.
Okay, then I will leave it that he can use mine if he wants, which is stated in this.
Yes, it
Oh, yeah,
is.
We share, so if you ever have to use Aether, you can use mine. But
Right.
if I ever want to use any one of your stuff, I could either use. I could use
rolling on my
yours.
flux
Awesome.
target.
And so, as your Aether Wing is soaring through the sky, oh,
Let's see. Did you say flux?
yeah.
Yep.
You're in your airborne form. You have advantage on those tests.
Oh,
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
woo!
No drama. No drama. No drama.
Just go ahead and roll another d20. Oh,
And it went even worse. Damn it, Avery.
no
I
problem.
ain't getting nothing with that.
As your Aether wind form arcs across the sky, immediately it begins shooting from your loadcaster. But the loads coming out of your loadcaster are actually catching on fire due to your flame covering coming out of your lance that's in the front of your form. And so you are shooting out effectively these balls of fire, and it's detonating all around the ammo dump. People are flying all over the place. A couple of the Dusk Ravens, they were getting ready to try to get some ammo out of there, but they get blown back. So you don't detonate the ammo dump, but you have weakened their forces a smidge.
Okay, your turn.
All right. Let's see.
Right now he's dive bombing towards the ammo dump.
Yep. Dive bombing towards the ammo dump. Snipe it, snipes.
All right. Well, just for the sheer shits and giggles of it, I will just Aether step a little bit closer to the tear, even though it's probably just a few feet next to me.
Oh, wait, you're going to Aether step backwards by the tear? The tear is kind of elevated, so you could do so. But...
I'll get closer to it, just so I'm a little bit closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only doing this so I
Overall thought I had
gain a
with-
benefit on my attack.
No
So
problem.
I will test my Nexus, and I surge.
Oh! Oh, heavens. Wait a minute. What is the Nexus Surge for the Cauldron?
Let's see. Choose an ally within far range. That ally can upgrade their Nexus die immediately and take a single action.
What?
Nice.
So your die is back up, and you can immediately take an action.
Sweet.
Are you...
Wait. Does this apply to only one ally or the whole group?
Just one ally.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just wanted to make sure because I know there's some things where it does apply to everybody.
This is true. And so, as the Dragoon in Aetherwing form is flying, dive bombing towards this ammo dump, all of a sudden the imp that was surfing on his back vanishes from sight and appears by the Aether tear. And in doing so, all of a sudden, the Aether within his apparatus flashes, and it flashes in sync with that of the Dragoon. And the Dragoon, what do you do? How do you attack? What do you do?
I will take another shot at it. I'm not going to say I'm going to try to fly through this ammo dump. That would be bad.
No
Give it fuel, have a
problem.
fire, give it that which it desires.
Yes, go ahead and test your flux. Roll that d20. Your flame
it is-
culverin is still activated, so it's going to be flaming shots.
Give it
Don't
fuel,
forget-
give it fire, give it that which it desires.
anything with flux, you got advantage.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah!
and it's the 4! Go ahead and roll the damage while at the same time. Jeller, you're also taking a shot at it, correct?
Yes, I am.
Then-
And mine's also with advantage because I did my Aether step.
Roll! Test your flux with advantage.
3.
A combined effort as flame bolts are shooting off of the Dragoon. All of a sudden, taking that aim, you go ahead and launch that final slug, that final load towards the ammo dump. All of you guys, roll damage.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm damaging it, so... Ooh!
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
And,
Man. So let me get the... Okay, so we got the 8 damage from the... Oh, here comes the rest of it. Is that 27 point...
boom! Big boom.
The
And I
blast.
am back flipping and heading right back for the tear, trying to spot him en route.
Wait, if I'm not fucked up, that math is 26 points of damage. Nope, I'm fucked up.
No,
That is 27 points
you're
of damage.
fucked up.
There you go. The explosion rocks their massive skyship, and it begins to lean over to the side, and parts of it actually catch flames. Several of the apparatuses that were around the ammo dump get blown off of that fragment and fall into the distant Aether to be burned up in the core sun. just as the rest of the Dusk Ravens are getting their bearings, as their apparatuses are activating, as they're bringing their load casters and load cannons to bear. Through the fire and flames and smoke, the Dragoon bursts through. Imp, I'm assuming you jump right back onto its back? Jether?
Say what?
Hello.
All right. I'm assuming
Yeah,
you
you got
jump.
out there for a moment there.
Oh, no problem. I'm assuming you jump right back onto the back of the Dragoon.
Yes.
The two of you beat feet out of there.
Open that tear.
Yes, test your Aether. Because
And
right
that-
now the ships are coming.
No, you could use my Aether. And,
Wait, am I the one opening it? I thought you were.
I'll be the one. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna force it. I don't care. I'm
Just
down
this is
to it.
happening.
I am down now to a D4, but I'm making sure that this happens because I've already done all I can.
Most definitely. The two of you dash right back through the Aether tear just as these huge blue beams of energy are firing from the sky ships that would have just completely obliterated you.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. My buns is burning, my buns is burning.
And now we spring the trap.
Back on the peaceful fragment of Ferric, as the people are doing their best to bury certain traps, keeping them well hidden, as well as using some of the debris that was not able to be placed back where it was, but now they are effectively making cover for the rest of the defenders as well as the new knights of Ferric. All of a sudden there's a flash as the Aether tear rips open even bigger, and you see a smoking flying Dragoon with a smoking imp on his back come through. Once again, the
Just as
Nexus of the
quickly-
Oathbound are restored and you feel each other's presences. What do you guys think to one another?
Just as quickly as that link establishes, I am sending a mental vision of everything we saw, yelling, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit!
Sister, we go in defense mode. Everyone else, fire!
What are they shooting at? So far, it's just the rest of your knights.
Give it the moment.
Give it a moment.
They're like, fire! They're like, where? What are we are we shooting your friends?
It's called leg. Calm down.
There's something wrong with that, but I know.
So, are we rolling for initiative at this point, or what's going on?
As a matter of fact, yes. Because now, that tear that they went through is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I'm
And,
past.
and now, another skyship.
Yeah. That's where I could finally use my other one, my Cordium Core.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
re-rolling that
hey,
20.
Hey, no. Calm down.
Mm.
You did your job, Tonto.
I know, but I get to use this because I get to re-roll a 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
It's not great.
it's not great. No.
No, it really isn't.
Oh, right. But yes, everyone, please roll as the Dusk Ravens have returned. Horns are being blown. Pilots are getting to their apparatuses.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. It's not looking so hot.
So tell me, has anyone succeeded in their flux test for the initiative?
I did.
I think
Okay.
he's the only one, 'cause I met mine.
Yeah, he's the only one.
I'm not feeling so confident about this plan anymore, guys. That's okay.
Well, I brought it.
So, do I see anything pop out of the Nexus first, or the Aether first, or is this like all preemptive?
You see this massive skyship emerge, bigger than the one that was here last time.
I'm
At
gonna
least
stare
tell
at-
me it's the one that's smoking.
No, the one that was smoking was being repaired. You actually damaged it furthered. All right,
Cool.
when you blew up the ammo dump.
Cobalt, I'm gonna stare it.
You're gonna what?
Snare it.
Okay.
Now, just for clarification on the rules, strike. Test flux. If you succeed, deal D6 damage to a target within far range. Until the end of your turn, that target cannot make move actions, and attacks against it have advantage.
This is true. Now,
Which means if I hit an airship and it can't move, what happens?
okay, it's going to stay there.
Wonderful.
But before you make that test, do remember to add +2 to your roll. This thing is a
5-4.
challenge 3.
All right, well, fine. Before I do that, I'm going to summon the Legion dice. I summon it at a max Nexus test.
Oh,
Well, I guess you Nexus Surge too.
I do Nexus Surge. This means everyone who wants to can become close contact with me and regain a shield dice.
Hooray! Which means we get close to him.
it's by
if you
choice.
want-
It's a choice.
It is not mandatory, but if you burn shield dice, this is a good way to recharge it.
We're all
I mean-
retards, though, from
This
fight.
is also just free movement for us, so.
Mm-hmm.
It most certainly is also free movement for you guys as well.
Yeah, you guys can
not-
regroup.
Not mandatory. This is chosen. But as that sounds, I'm automatically decreased to a D8, am I not?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. But I still have my Legion dice, so now I'm gonna flux test to sticky bomb this motherfucker.
Okay.
Ah,
+2
that
makes it
matches.
15.
Okay, well that fails then. Oh, do I still get to add my Legion rolls to this, or is that like just out of combat stuff?
Well, this your snare does damage, and it your Legion die applies to damage. So,
Okay.
not to the actual attack roll, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. With that,
I
Oh,
didn't say I
yes.
was done. You know what? I'm gonna attempt to do the same action again at a Legion dice cost. Not Legion dice cost, but a Legion roll.
Nexus roll.
well,
That's
let
the
me
one.
get this straight. You have 2 actions. One was your activated action to summon your spiderlings, and your second action was to do your snare.
Fine. Then I will do the flux alloy to grade your Nexus dice to take an extra action, rolling your Nexus dice to duplicate actions as normal.
Okay.
So effectively, I'm going to do another snare shot,
Uh-huh.
but I need to test my Nexus again, but it's automatically dropped to a D8.
Okay.
Or, sorry, to a D6.
And what is this Nexus test?
We'll see. It's 5. It's good.
Oh. So, here you
Is
are.
this is still at a +2, right?
Yes, it is.
It's not looking good, guys.
Okay. Who agreed to move in close to the Aether cap? From his
I'm taking that free movement. Hell yeah.
Thing where I'm at the far range.
Say that again, Draco.
I did not move in closer.
Got you. Okay. Kasadi, did you move in within close range of your brother?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Awesome. As you guys are witnessing the Aether cap launching these globules of purple etheric webbing, they're just sticking to the hull of this massive skyship.
I'm useless.
When all of a sudden, as it fully emerges from the rift and it closes behind it, port after port after port after port unfold from its starboard and port sides, 3 on each side, and immediately the first wave of their brigands leap out and crash onto the ground of the fragment of ferric. Its other action, along the front deck of this master ship, is an apparatus the likes of which none of you have seen. This apparatus, it seems to be cloaked almost, and it's wielding a scythe, as well as what looks to be like a pointed floppy hat. But that
As a
was,
Final Fantasy character, gotcha.
by the way, that was effectively the skyship's turn. As for the person with the pointed hat, they simply look down and they see you, Zakaf, tossing your globules of web. And with that, it slashes with its scythe, sending out a beam of energy towards you and those that are within close range of you.
Well, he can fuck the biggest duck he can find.
All of you, I need you to test your dex. +2.
You mean Flux?
Yes. Ah! Flux! Dark death.
And you said +2 because you're a whore.
Yes. Test your flux.
Excellent, because he's a whore.
Mm.
Oh boy, yeah, not passing that.
I matched mine.
That is not
I
enough.
passed.
Yay!
Oh yeah, you're yaying the fact that you're a whore.
A little bit.
Yes. I made it.
Yay! Okay. So,
The only beacon still in flight.
those that made it, of course, nothing happens to you. All right, those that didn't make it, 3. Oh, sorry, not those that make it. I'm afraid you guys have a shared pool of energy. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and find out what that is.
No. You need to tell us how much damage we take, because some of us can just be like, nah, bro.
It's 3.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to spend 2 shield dice,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see how that goes before I spend my Nexus dice.
No problem. As you're getting that together, was it just you that got hit? I thought someone else did.
I
No.
did
You
get-
said we take damage as a group, no?
This is true.
So that means that we can resist damage as a group, no?
Sort of. You can resist the damage individually. Actually, that's not really clear in the rules, as a matter of fact. But
Well, I ignored 6 damage on my shield dice without avoiding anything.
that sounds good. Anyone else get hit?
I did.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, is that 3 damage per person, or is
Well,
that
yes,
just total?
seeing as how it would have affected all of you. So, yes, let's go ahead and, Jeller, please go ahead and roll your shield dice.
Alright, I'm gonna roll 2 as well.
Mhm.
Let's see it. Mine are also D6. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh-doo-doo.
Now, see, that would
Excellent.
be one thing. Now, actually, I'm gonna make a note on that because I have the shield mod. I'd like to see that actually apply to the group health rather than individual one.
Speaking of which, what is your guys' energy altogether?
I have 10.
Let's see, we had what? It was 42 together before we brought in Bastion. Bastion is what, 14?
Yes.
14 energy, so that's
Yeah.
56.
All right. And so immediately as this wave of energy from the scythe of this bad guy comes flying in, you guys bond together and get your armor and shield up in time to take the blow, causing you guys to slide back just a little bit, but remain unscathed. What?
I was gonna say, if we did actually take damage, I'd like to say the Legion dice should be able to at least take more than just one individual's damage. But if we're not taking any damage, that's regardless.
Okay. So, scythe person went. It's now on to those 6 brigands. Each one actually takes one of you. They're relatively far away, and actually one actually stays back. So, everyone, test your flux. And this is a regular test, so no need to add anything to it.
Even if I'm at the far range.
Y-
I guess if they're shooting.
Good.
yeah, they're shooting. Whoever doesn't just takes a simple, well, 2 points of damage to your guys' energy pool, unless you spend your shield die. But so far, from the numbers I'm seeing, things are looking good.
I'm not saying anything.
What happened?
No, I'm not. I'm saying it because that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid, you motherfucker.
Oh, no. Oh. So, Kasadi, do you wish to spend your shield die to mitigate this 2 points of damage from the incoming fire of these brigands?
Sure.
So one thing that has not been explained to you, I'm sure at this point, each shield point that you have is a D6 you get to roll to reduce the damage. You can spend... Oh, sorry.
Well, my shield, yeah, I have 7 D12 as shield die.
So the wonderful question is, how many shield dice do you want to spend now? As my understanding is you have 7.
Yep.
Or there's another choice you can make.
Mm.
Your shields also cause damage.
Is that for close combat or in general?
It's for close attacks.
Yeah.
They're shooting at us.
Yes.
Okay.
So Cass, the real question is how many dice do you want to roll? Every max result you get breaks a shield dice.
Which I think also, if she gets max result, she can reroll that die.
Wow.
It feels simpler to just take the 2 damage.
So we're not taking damage. It's
Cass,
good health.
Cass, roll 1 dice.
Or 2.
Well, let's look at it this way. She's got more than a
Dear
20% chance of just avoiding it by rolling 1.
She rolled.
She did it, and she didn't break a dice. She golden.
Immediately, you begin to mimic Wonder Woman, and you reach out, and you're actually able to deflect these rounds with the heavy armor from your Bastion apparatus. Awesome.
Ting, 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 ting.
And with that done, well, actually, it's back to the rest of the knights. You guys actually get to choose your order, so who wants to do something first?
I'm going.
All right. What's going on, Emil?
I am actually going to throw on my battle analysts within far range. So I'm going to guess the size person is in my far range.
Yes.
Until the end of my next turn, attacks against that target have an advantage and deal 1 additional damage die.
Thank
All
you.
right. That's a good activate. What's going to be your second action?
Well, I also have a ranged weapon.
Yes, you do.
And I think because that thing's throwing some range at us, I'm going to take some shots at it.
Right. Even though you are far away, a couple of tink-tinks come from your armor, stuns you not, and you take out your lowcaster, look down sights, pull the trigger.
Let me do my Nexus check for my battle analyst real quick.
Please do.
It's a 1, so it's alright. Or is it max result or minimums?
Max result means that you Nexus Surge and it forcibly goes down, but
A 1 is
think-
also, it goes down.
Yep.
Okay, that's alright. I'm gonna go for my first attack.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it's +2.
Oh, no. If you're shooting at the regular brigands, there's no +2 to your roll.
I'm shooting at the sights person.
Oh, yes, then it's a +2.
Okay, +2. This. That is under my flux.
Nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right. That will be 2d10 for 13 points of damage.
Ooh.
I will be doing a second attack because I have the light weapon property on my ranged weapon.
Go ahead and roll to attack again.
That also hits.
Yes, it does.
2d10 for another 14.
Nice. Good damage. What's that, 24? No. I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, I'm wrong. No, that's
Oh,
27.
it's 27.
Yeah. Okay. Coolness. And let me go ahead and do this here. And type this.
There goes a shield die.
Yep.
Yeah, but he still takes 11 points of damage over all of that.
Okay. And so you go ahead and just unleash a hail of loads onto this scythed character. And the scythe apparatus twirls their weapon, slashing some of the rounds, taking a lot of them, and being knocked further back onto the deck of this skyship. Man, good move. Who's going after him?
Hey. Let me go.
Oh. I hear no one opposing.
Nope.
Roulette, what do you do?
Well, I still have the flame going. Flaming weapon. And under Dragoon abilities, Mobile Strike.
Ah.
Plus 2 to damage. And I am flipping back towards him and just ramming him full speed with my lance.
Okay.
You also have advantage on this.
Yep, he
I know, I
does.
already figured that in, and I just nailed the holy living shit stains out of him.
Oh yeah.
Roll the damage.
So, bear with me.
No problem. We are bearing with you.
D8.
And so immediately after being brought to the side of the Aether cap,
Roll another D8, Ty, because you get an
yep.
additional damage die with my battle analyst.
That's right. Thank you.
whoa!
Say that. Eight. And then I do a D4, which is continual damage.
Don't you have your flame weapon still on from before?
That's what he said.
Yep.
That's what he meant when he said the continual damage.
Well, when he strikes with his weapon, it automatically does 1d4 up to 3 other enemies.
Yes, this, that damage is going to go to the skyship.
I mean, if he's aiming for whoever, was it the skyship or was it the one guy?
The guy, the scythe, I'm running right straight into him.
12.
All right, so yeah, he's going to be taking 1d4 for sure, and then he's taking another because of the strike. Because he's the only close enemy.
Mm,
It double dips.
definitely. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And, oh, there we go.
Oh, let's take a look back at all of this.
9, 10, 14.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And the ship takes some too.
Yep.
Awesome. So, as you're in your jet form, you go ahead and you streak up towards this massive skyship. And just as you're coming over the bow of the Black skyship, you see this different type of apparatus that you haven't seen before. Brace for the impact. You ignite in the flames and you charge directly forward and you knock it off of the skyship. As it's plummeting, the flames that were currently wrapped around it actually extinguish. It flips and flails. Pieces of it fly off and its cloak tears away before finally it somersaults and lands with the superhero landing with the scythe in hand. Flames rage aboard the skyship as you arc past. Who's next?
Yeah, so I'm going to let you go first, because, yeah, I'm going to go last on this one.
Well, I'm the first one to go on the next turn because I was the only one that actually passed initiative.
Mm-hmm. So, Kasadi, right now you're next to your brother, looking up to see the front of this massive black skyship. On the ground underneath it, and on the sides of it, are the incoming brigands in their kind of clunky apparatuses, firing their load cannons. And then, also off to the side, a mysterious new apparatus has landed after taking a massive flaming blow from Roulette. Kasadi, what do you do?
I'm gonna go ahead and use my apparatus frame ability bulwark form.
Oh,
It
no.
says I need to roll my Nexus die. It says you become fortified but have disadvantage on flux tests, which is fine because I don't plan on moving. In addition, while an ally stands within close range of you, they are also fortified. And that's pretty much active until I end it.
Oh. And so immediately the armor begins to shift aboard your Nexus, aboard your apparatus. You begin to almost double in size, and the energy field begins to emerge around you, encapsulating.
Oh,
It
she
surges.
Nexus surge.
What?
Yep.
Oh no. What is the Nexus surge ability for the Chimru?
The same thing. Everyone
yep.
can move close quarters and gain an extra shield dice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well-
this time I'm going to move close. So I get fortified.
Wait, so because I rolled the max, it automatically triggers the
The
Nexus
Nexus.
surge?
Yes.
Well, always
It does. Unfortunately, the biggest thing about the Nexus surge is it automatically drops your surge to the next dice down.
But you get something for it, though.
Well, but in the same breath, sometimes you don't fucking want it.
This is
I-
true.
I will honestly say I think that should be an optional thing to do a Nexus surge, but it is what it is with rules as written.
It is going to be fine, as all of a sudden, without the need of spending any movement, the Sunderer is able to just leap up, and this beam of energy emerges from the force field that is surrounding the rest of the Nexus. It latches onto the Sunderer and draws him in. But that was just your activate action. You got one more action, Kazadi. What do you do? Oh my god, you guys are all fortified too?
Yep. So long as we stay within close of our fortified friends.
I was
Please don't move.
already there. I don't need her shit.
Please don't move.
All right, Kasadi, what do you do?
That was it. That was all I wanted to do.
Oh, you still have another action.
She has no range capabilities.
Oh,
My weapons are literally two mantlets. Like, I am the embodiment of no touchy.
So
I
you know
see.
how I slam you with a shield wall? She's twice that.
well, believe it or not, you are able to throw one of those mantlets, all right, if you so desire. All right, don't worry so much about the rules, but if you want to attack at a range, there are ways. Hey, you can rip off one of your brother's spider drones and toss it, right?
Whoa! Calm down just a second.
All right, I'm back at the scene. What would you do?
Just throw me. Don't throw the spider drones.
Yes, throw him outside of the protective force field and everything, please.
Do it. Do it.
It's her choice. I think she's saying no. It's all right. You said your
That
turn.
was it.
Okay, Zakaf.
No, do it.
No. Yes,
Sister,
yes.
I am telling you, do it. Because I am no fucking stuffed bellied motherfucking crustacean word thing.
I
It's
think
done.
she's good. She's good.
Be right back.
Mhm.
Fine.
So, Zakaf, what do you do?
You skipped me.
Oh, I did? I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
I even
I
said
am-
like I'm choosing to
I
go
have been
last.
waiting for this moment.
okay, sorry. Jeller.
He has been twisting them nipples for a moment now.
Oh yes, he has. Because now it's my turn, and I am going to be taking shots at the at Buddy at
Oh,
the
and
at
this-
apparatus.
Oh, Scythe Buddy.
Oh,
Sorry, buddy.
Tonto.
Yo.
If we arrange this just right, I can make an attack that pins him in place, does damage, and then you have advantage regardless.
I
But
already
feel
have
like
advantage.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I want to be useful.
Well, you could always pin him down, and then he's just not moving. And then it's just fish, barrel, loud noises.
But if you kill him, what do I have? Loneliness.
That's okay. We have a bunch of brigands that you can tie down.
No,
We have a big-
because,
we have a big
because
ship
everybody
that you
else
can
is
try.
doing that. We've established that.
We have also a big ship that you could try and tie down. I want to see spiders do that. I want to see it tie
Sir.
down the ship.
Sir, you've seen how well that's gone.
You're just not trying hard enough.
All right. So go ahead. Are you going to Aether Step? Are you going to Blink Strike?
That's a
What are you doing?
personal attack, sir.
I don't need to blink strike or do any of that because I've already got advantage on this attack. So
Oh,
I'm
no.
just gonna go pew pew.
Nobody
Yeah.
gives me advantage on my attacks, though. And then you're like, oh, you can do fine, bro.
Don't you have advantage on your attacks till what's his face's next turn?
No, I have to hit them first.
So then you do have advantage. Moving on. Go ahead. Roll to test your flux with advantage.
Wow,
Ah!
that's okay. I'm using a light weapon, so I'm just gonna do it again.
Go for it again. With that, you go ahead, pull the slide back, and
And that hits.
strike it.
2d8 for this one. Actually, no, 3d8. So let me roll another d8.
Excuse me?
No, wait, no. Doesn't that mean you get 2 attacks, not like just 2 damage dice every time you attack on a light weapon?
No. So how it works for mine is the first time that I hurt an enemy, I get an additional damage die.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And with battle analysis, he also gets advantage with an additional damage die.
Again, this is just one of those things where a lot of things bleed in together and it's just arbitrary.
Hey,
And a lot of
hey,
things.
it works. Okay, how much damage is that so far? What, 9?
that is 9 points of damage, and I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Test your Nexus.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, next.
Oh,
No.
oh no, that is not a good thing for me.
Let's see
Got
here.
Because that's effectively going to break me.
Oh.
That's a max result. Yeah. I
That
Nexus
is.
Surge.
So, but who do you choose to get their
Well-
Nexus die upgraded?
Let's see.
Oh, please let him in me. I'm down to a D6.
Oh heavens! Don't let him
Down
attack.
to a D4.
Oh.
Do you need it?
Actually, yeah, I'm severed, so I can only take 1 action per turn. Cannot communicate with allies or be the target of an ally's Nexus Surge. On your turns, you must test aspect of your choice. On a success, you are no longer severed. Okay, so for mine, let's see, what was mine again? Upgrade the Nexus.
Yeah. And that person takes a single action.
That they do. You know what, Alloy? Give it a shot.
All right. Upgrade your Nexus and take your action. But since, unfortunately, you're broken, that's going to be your turn.
So I'll do the Nexus first, which is a D8 since it's been upped,
Oh.
which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna spider web.
I'm sorry, you're severed, not broken. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm severed.
I'm gonna spider web the fucker, the one that's pissing us off right now.
Right. Okay.
And you said that's at a -2 right now, right?
It's a +2 to your roll.
Effect. Okay, yeah.
Is this an attack though?
Yes, it is.
So you get advantage
Yes, he does.
I'll take it.
because it goes until the end of my next turn.
And so
Okay.
the thing
So
is
the target
this.
number is 13. And number 1R does not work.
Nope.
So immediately, the Sunderer is putting out these holographic glyphs and whatnot to let you know the trajectory of your attacks, how to throw it, the velocity. And you are utilizing this information to target the scythe being.
Oh my fucking god, I am doing terrible right now. Give me a second.
You can do it.
I know I can.
I believe in you.
Shh. Or a hiss, depending on what works.
Come on, baby. Here it comes.
Sorry, that's supposed to be a disadvantage. 11, and that is a success.
Nice. Roll the damage.
Exclamation. RD6 plus D4.
Mm-hmm. You're getting there. Too many D's.
Double D6 apparently is not a thing.
Yes.
And roll 2d6 because you also get that additional damage die.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
yes.
son bitch! Thank you.
And this was your Theric Snare, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh.
So that's 12 points of damage. Also, he cannot move, and all attacks against him have advantage on the next turn.
Like they didn't already.
Lol.
Woo.
Fucking nerd.
I did something, guys!
Right.
She did.
19. Okay. Awesome. And as this scythe apparatus begins to stand to its feet, the rest of its cloak burning away, looking at the lot of you menacingly, all of a sudden,
Whoop.
Etheric wig splooge all over it.
Purple splooge. It's grape flavored, by the way.
Unfortunately, it's also Zakaf. It's your turn. The apparatus is looking at itself and getting ready to start sawing through this etheric webs with its scythe. But what do you do?
I'm
Even
going
when I
in for the
broke
mantlet.
myself.
You're gonna what?
No. I said I went in for the attack with the mantlet, and then I rolled a 19.
Mm.
You still have advantage.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, so you're leaving the close confines of the bastion to hit it with your mantlet?
Sir, I am my own bastion. I don't need my sister's help.
Sounds good. All right, you go ahead and you leave the safety of that force field. Thank you so much. All right, you go charge it in. That's your move. But
That's an 8.
ooh, an 8 hits. Roll the damage.
Don't forget to double it.
And don't forget to and all that stuff from.
Thank you for reminding me on the doubling stuff. 2.
Max damage?
Yeah. What about
I'm-
your Legion die, by the way?
I was about to say I forgot to add the D4 Legion die.
No!
Oh, wow.
What? I'm not even rolling
Complete
again.
damage.
Sweet.
So, Zakaf, how do you defeat the scythe being?
Taking the shield and just whacking.
No, I'm gonna take this to a little bit more of a dramatic level, gentlemen.
Yes, please do.
I see the scythe-wielding apparatus. Flash in, flash out. He attacks people, he attacks out. He dips in, he dips out. And I see this going on the entire time. And the first moment I see my snares hit him, I grab the mantlet with all focus, and I lunge forward, full body, full spiraling legion behind me. As I land on him, I pin his legs down with the mantlet. They web him down. I go for the arms. They web him down. I bring the mantlet up, and he looks at me for a sheer second before I bring it entirely down on the cockpit of the mantlet or of the scythe.
Yes.
And he done get fucked.
Yes. All that.
Swarm rules rule.
Swarm rules rule. Yeah. Little does anyone know that way back on the walls of Ferric, the people are cheering. The defenders are like, yeah! And even though his little butt's not supposed to be up there, a small young cloven boy, he's also up on the walls of Ferric going, yeah, get him! Hey, ah!
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Excellent work, Zakaf. All right. The scythe apparatus is gone. But now, unfortunately, it's time for the sky ship. Once again, the front of it opens up, and a huge barrel of a cannon comes out. Globules of blue energy begin to get attracted to the end of this barrel as the etheric energy within begins to collect. As once again, this blue beam of energy begins to wipe across the field of battle. Everyone, test your flux. +2. This is rupture damage, and as we went over the rules, thank you so much, Tonto. With rupture damage, shield die do not apply to this.
Would that include me where I flew up over it and was still headed outbound?
It does include you.
So for my shield, when I take damage, I can just expand, use my Nexus damage to reduce that damage.
Say that
Does
again.
that apply? So, I will read it specifically word per word, just so we're not fucked up on this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is...
So, I have the Aegis Aetherium,
Yes.
Etheric Shield. When you take damage, you can choose to roll your Nexus die and negate the damage by the result. You can choose to do this after rolling any shield dice.
Okay, it says you can do that after rolling any shield dice, but for rupture damage, you don't roll shield dice. So it does not apply this time.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That seems shitty.
Okay. So did you make your test?
I didn't roll the test because I was just stating that.
Okay. Test your flux. Don't forget the +2.
And this is why Cobalt feels like he wants drama all the time.
What is the drama? And the enemy's making a single pretty much AoE attack. What's the worry about?
Please make this test at +2, and if you don't, you die.
Who says anything about death on there? I'm about to roll damage, as a matter of fact. All right, so.
You're making that sound like it doesn't imply that.
Mm.
That's what makes it sound like you're a dick.
I see. Okay.
18.
Got you. Who did not make it?
I did not make mine either.
I did not.
Okay.
So everybody.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I didn't make mine.
So everybody.
Okay.
Di, were you still in your
She's
airborne
still
form?
Yeah.
You roll yours at advantage.
Ah, there you go. So roll
I keep
that.
forgetting.
Roll that d20 again. It's fine.
No, fortified rules. When an apparatus or enemy is obscured from sight or protected by terrain, structures, or other source of cover, they are fortified. While fortified, a target takes half damage from attacks made beyond close range.
See,
Ooh, nice.
And Cobalt, this is why I don't like your ruling, because the wording is Etheric Shield. When you take damage, you can choose to roll your Nexus dice and negate the damage by the result after you roll shield dice. Not saying you are required to roll shield dice.
Mm-hmm.
You're just saying, oh, you can't roll shield dice, you're fucked.
Okay. Well, then go ahead and test your Nexus then.
Let's see.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah, he can roll his Nexus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, being
No,
that does not save us from rupture damage.
No, I'm not saying it saves me from any extra damage. I'm just saying I can ignore damage after I roll shield dice. If I can't roll shield dice, that doesn't negate this ability at all.
Okay, and I agree with you.
Well, not the first word you said it.
This is true.
I ignored 2 points of damage. Huzzah.
Hooray.
Well, you guys are sharing the damage here, so even that needs a little bit cleared about because either... Well, we'll talk about that later. All right, so you said only 2 managed to get through into your guys' energy via you, Alloy, right?
I never said that. I said I reduced it by 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. So then that's 3 because the overall rupture damage is 5.
Then, yes, the total damage we take is 3.
Okay. I wonder how is that per person that's hit since our... Either way, we'll figure that out later. Next up are the regular brigands. Go ahead.
We'll put it in the notes.
Yes.
What's half of that though? Because we're still fortified.
Fortified actually doesn't protect against rupture. I just I double checked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, BRB.
No problem. But aside from that, the brigands go ahead and they begin to march forward, realizing that these low casters are not going to cut it. They go ahead and begin to swap to their melee weaponry, their swords and their scimitars. They decide to move into close, except for the dragoon that's currently flying around. He is still going to be able to maintain the far distance from everyone. But with that, they begin swinging their swords, and I need everyone, even though you guys are still fortified, to test their stone. There's
they're all attacking us in close range?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, you want to kill them all?
Wait, what? What do you mean? What?
You missed something, boss.
Hey.
This is where
Okay,
she can
so-
actually utilize her augment, her bristle plate.
Oh?
Well, actually, part of her bastion abilities is she can take the attack instead.
Oh?
So when you take damage from a close enemy, you can choose to deal damage to that attacker with your shield dice rather than reduce damage.
Oh.
Yeah. And as Bastion, she has Guardian. If an ally within near range would take damage, you can choose to roll 1 shield die to absorb the damage for them. If she chooses not to absorb the damage but use Bristleplate, she can still take the attack, but it's going to do damage instead.
Okay. So as these hordes of brigands are charging forward, swords ready, getting ready to jump into this melee, the Bastion just steps forward. Doom, doom, doom. It's like, bring it on! Okay. So
At this point, you could just roll all your shield die if you really want to, Cass.
Like all at once?
Oh yeah, go for it.
7d12.
Yeah. Do it.
We've been waiting for this moment.
Yep.
Legitimately,
And then-
they have been bragging about this since yesterday.
Now all
And-
those 12s, you gotta re-roll those.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
How did she
Iron
roll half
sight.
of her dice as 12s? Oh.
Wow.
Only 1 shield die breaks, but So
So here comes all these brigands. They're like, charge!
So
Change it-
effectively, she still does the 51 points of damage. She only loses 1 d12.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works, right?
Well, she takes the new results of the other two die.
Yeah. So
Well, she has to take the new results of all the dice.
Yeah.
So that's 12, 24, 36, which would leave 11.
I would honestly say just take 51 minus 25.
So it's 40 points of damage.
Yeah.
So that's how much he takes and gives?
That's how much she
No.
gives, actually. Whatever damage she's taken, we'll take to the energy pool, but she just dished that back out to every single attacker.
Cobalt, why would you think that she takes that and gives it?
Because I have yet to actually read the current rule that you guys are using.
No. I need you to stop and understand where you thought this logic may have gone. Because when you say, "Oh yeah, my players are capable of taking X amount of damage," okay, they have a 42 hit point pool. Oh, they took 41 points of damage and condition it. That
It's going to be all right.
no.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
concerned.
Then be concerned. But it's going to be just fine. So,
In fact, Cobalt didn't even tell us the amount of damage that was going to dish out on average.
He's short circuiting.
on average, it will be just 10.
Alright, so Bristle Plate, instead of reducing damage with the shields, it's doing damage
Right.
with the shields. So it's not absorbing, so we're going to take 10 to the energy pool.
Yep.
But all those enemies,
Are gone.
they're
just-
dead.
they're
They
just
killed
gone.
themselves.
Yes, on the energy shield.
Yes.
All right. I concur and agree, man. So here they come charging forward, and it seems as if all hope is lost. Everyone back on the fortress ferry. They're standing there like, how are they going to withstand this onslaught? And there's a huge
don't.
explosion. Smoke obscures the battlefield. And when the smoke clears, all that remains are the knights standing there victorious and the bastion with a few scratches on its armor plate.
No touching.
Back at Ferric, the little kid is losing his cookies. Like, "Are you see-" He goes ahead and pushes one guy over. The bastard! Yes, the little kid is just losing his cookies. All right, cheering for the bastion, almost to the point where you're almost able to see his excitement over the walls. Okay, so that was the bad guy's turn, and they got wrecked on their turn. Amongst the rest of the knights, what do you guys do? Who's going to go first?
isn't there this giant, beautiful ship out there?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And I am doubling back to take out its engines.
You want me to put battle analysis on it before you do that?
Go for it.
Okay, sirs, sirs and miss,
Mm-hmm.
we're right set up to fuck their day up. So how
Yes,
about
we
this?
are.
The spider bugs will do whatever the fuck you want. You guys just fuck their days up. I'll do whatever I can to help.
Well, you guys all go before the bad guys go again.
That's my point.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and do your analysis. Then I'll run mine.
But
Oh, he's severed.
Ah, shit.
I mean,
Suck
it still goes off.
Right. So I still get advantage and all the other bells and whistles.
Most definitely. And so, pushing his apparatus to the max, it begins to smoke. It takes a knee, but still, the holographics appear around everyone's apparatus's head, informing them exactly how to attack, where the weak points are. Who's next? The Dragoon? Roulette, are you attacking next?
Yes, sir.
Are you crashing into the engines?
That's my intention.
Go ahead and test your...
Damn it, I forgot to hit the advantage on it. Well, that would hit anyway.
Most definitely roll the damage. And I believe you get an
Okay.
additional damage die, correct?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
I'm trying to web things, but apparently I fucked that entire goddamn thing up.
It's all right. As a matter of fact, if everyone's just attacking this thing, then everyone roll to attack with advantage.
Plus.
Because it gives you an extra damage die, it also means it doubles your flames
Oh,
damage die.
You know what? I'm just gonna stop.
And then
I mean, the one time I get any form of advantage is like, oh, nat 20, and you still rolled a 17. I'm gonna stop. No, I'm done.
yes, Avery is not in your favorite tonight, but it's going to be okay.
let's see. I am looking at 16 there. Points of damage to it. Running through its engines.
Oh, Kasadi, are you going to chuck your mantlet at it?
How far away is it?
Far enough.
Yeah, it's far. Hey, feel free to go ahead and Captain America this thing with effectively a wall.
Throw
All
a
right.
fortress at it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You have advantage.
Yeah.
What would it? Okay, what?
Gather
Do I,
flux.
is it stone flux?
Yes. All right. Hey, what can it hurt?
D20 plus 2 with this.
And actually, with that, just dear heaven, whoever hit, just let me know all the damage that you guys are doing. This thing probably is not going to survive.
Damage die is a D6, so you get 2 of those.
2d6, yeah. Plus 2. Because your mantlet's heavy.
Yeah, plus 2.
Oh, what? She still hit it?
Yeah, she still hit it.
Oh, no!
7 points to it.
Someone, do the math.
No.
Oh,
I'm
don't
done.
pout.
I'm done with math. I am coward tactics now. I'm fucked.
Okay, someone else then.
23 points so far. Between her and I, 23 so far.
Nice.
Actually, I am doing a test on my stone.
Mm-hmm.
And because I may not be the target of new Nexus surges, I still have the one from before, so I'm going to use Ty's stone
Okay.
to make my test.
Oh!
Which still doesn't help, so I'm still severed. But I can still do one action,
This is true.
which is attack. That's 2 disadvantage.
What's your attack plan?
Taking all things as just failure right now because that is my life.
That's
A few bad rolls does not make it terrible, man. All right, what is what is the total on that?
That matches my flux, so I don't hit
Right.
shit.
All right.
Bless you.
No, thank you so much. But still, 27 points of damage.
Let's see. In total,
Yeah.
let me do the math. Yeah, it sounded like it was already done. So let's see, 9. That's 7. So that's 16.
Right.
Yep, and then 23. Yeah, 23. Actually, no, Ty, you're missing You're missing another 2d4.
Oh.
Well, his flaming weapon is still active, but when he strikes, he does deal 1d4 damage to 3 other targets. There's only that one target.
Right.
But that damage die is also double because of battle analysis.
Got you. That makes perfect sense. Yes. So, Typhoon, Roulette, Roll another 2d4, and we're going to add it to the 23 to see how you guys are decimating this thing. Whoa! Max damage?
Yep.
What, the 31?
So that's 31.
So you guys effectively team attack this thing when all of a sudden, as the Aether wind form of Roulette's Dragoon arcs over and flies over everyone's head, and as it's doing so, it ignites into flames. All of a sudden, everyone jumps up or tosses something as all of you guys crash into the front of this massive skyship, destroying its cannon, setting fires and miniature explosions along the entire length of this skyship. This thing begins to descend and tilt to the side as you guys have severely damaged it. It's currently on fire. It's currently leaving a trail of smoke. It is the bad guy's turn. And so far, the only bad guy left is the skyship. It begins to turn and head back towards the rift.
You don't.
But that's going to be its turn. It begins to enter the rift, leaving its back exposed. And it's effectively your guys' turn again.
Same basic thing. Oh, hell yeah. That definitely hits. That means a whole lot of rolls to do.
Yes.
On its turn, it was because the flames have ongoing damage.
Oh, yeah.
Ongoing damage is applied once when it was dealt, and then again on each of the affected target's turn.
Oh, so
Ooh, you are right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You
So it
are
takes an
right.
additional 7.
This persistent damage continues until max damage is rolled on the ongoing damage die.
And this ongoing damage die is D4 for his flames, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
2d4.
Battle analyst.
Oh, it takes another 3. Oh, it may not make it into this board. It may not escape. It is trying its best to escape, but this thing is limping. Oh, Roulette, you managed to hit. Roll your damage as you're thinking this thing is not getting away. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Roulette, Knight of the Dragoon. Do you want to describe how you decimate this massive skyship before it had a chance to escape?
Sure.
Go.
Starting before everybody hit it. The scythe-wielding character falls and is decimated.
Mm-hmm.
I do a barrel roll backflip, coming back around from behind, my ship igniting into flames.
Mm-hmm.
As I run it straight through the lower portion rear and take out the engines.
Yeah.
Spiral up over the top and come right straight down through the center of the skyship. Look just like a phoenix.
Yeah.
Burst through the bottom, flames going everywhere. And, well, it just kind of blows into 2 pieces and crash lands to the ground.
Oh.
As I come careening towards the ground, pull up sudden, transform and land.
Nice.
Sliding. It's toast.
It is toast. And the people of Ferric immediately begin to cheer. Even from the distance that you guys are away from them, you're able to see the people along the walls cheering it. They have fireworks prepared, and they're firing them off into the sky. The few defender apparatuses that were behind the cover in front of the walls of Ferric, they immediately are just cheering and lifting up their load cannons in celebration against imposing odds, against a formidable foe of the Dusk Ravens, the Oathbound Nexus. has pulled a mighty victory. The lot of you are currently walking back towards Ferric. The core sun behind you, causing a heroic silhouette to come across your apparatuses. The people are still cheering. The day is saved. And the town of Ferric has a new Nexus of Knights. And with that, we're going to bring tonight's session to a close. Awesome job, Knights! Man.
We did it.
Yes.
Battle analysis.
Yeah.
Very handy. Thank you.
Man, that is impressive. I mean, you guys got rid of all of the brigands in one shot.
Actually,
was
they did it
awesome.
for us.
Yeah, they did it for you. It was like, I'm going to kill you and make sure that you do it.
Yep.
Unless that, you might want to get clarification on that one because it says shield dice as in multiple.
Yeah, and multiples were used.
Yep.
Use the ball.
Well, I did kind of clarify that with the Bristol plate that you could, instead of using shield die to negate the damage, you could just use however many to deal the damage. Which
Right. That's what happened.
that shit's broken when I'm gonna hit you real hard. Okay, I'm gonna hit you harder.
Yeah, that was impressive. But let's go ahead and get through this. Kasade, Dark Lovely, pilot of the Bastion. Tell us, what were your session highlights?
Well, actually being able to use the reaction that I know Tonto and Draco were just so excited about. I was like, finally, it is my time to shine.
It is time.
Ah, yes.
And now my
Nice.
catchphrase makes so much more sense.
No touchy. It's like,
No
this is why.
touchy.
And then I really enjoyed the interaction with the little fanboy, and now I have a signature dance move in this one shot that I'm like, okay, that's the thing I can say now.
Definitely. There's nothing like seeing a ginormous mech. All right, do the wave. All right. It transcends barriers. It really does. Typhoon. Roulette, pilot of the Dragoon. Tell me, what were your session highlights?
Oh, man, so many to throw out there, but yeah, the interaction between pretty much everybody and the little boy, save for me, because I had to snore my way through it. that was cool. You know, the fanboy thing. Yeah, not really for me, but good that the insect family has a fan. The coming up with the plan.
Yes.
Our execution of it was awesome. And I gotta say, I loved finishing off that ship. Because essentially, the ship I got by myself. The bulk of the damage.
Right. Oh, definitely. Tonto Tomahawk. Jeller, pilot of the Imp. What are your session highlights?
Oh my god, the amount of Nexus surges, dude.
Oh!
Nexus surge after Nexus surge after Nexus surge. All of these abilities just happening at once. Oh, oh, it was great. But yeah, when the plan sort of came together, it's like, yeah, we're gonna go get their attention. 30 points of damage to blow up their munitions.
Ooh, baby.
I think that got their attention. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit.
And then the ensuing battle afterwards. Like, oh yeah, that was great. I know Alloy kind of got a little bit disheartened there near the end because we had so many stuff stacking. But at the same time, he also helped out. He made sure the side guy wasn't going anywhere.
I know!
Right?
He went over there and Captain America that thing. It was like Civil War with
Right?
Captain America and Tony Stark. Except there was a kill shot with it.
Right? Oh man, definitely great, definitely great. And
It was
last
fantastic.
but definitely not least, Master Draco, a male pilot and knight of the Sunderer. What are your session highlights?
Battle analysis. That's all.
That's it.
That watching that come into fruition was beautiful.
That was very, very helpful. Doubled up everything for me. Could not have taken the trip without it.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah. You guys said like all the highlights, and I too, of course, loved the little fanboy. That was like so cute, and and I loved how Alien the Chimru were kind of responding to this little kid's affections, right? But also, Jailer, you consoling the woman that actually lost her husband in the previous battle,
Yeah,
as
that
well
was
as
touching.
bolstering the troops, and and lifting their spirits and getting them ready to pretty much fight a losing battle from their perspective. All right, I thought that was also awesome, and heavens, what else happened that was not actually talked about? Because the rest was when when Alloy was helping with the logs. No, he was helping try to repair the apparatus of the defenders, and he was just popping limbs off.
You don't need these. You don't need these. This will just weigh you down.
I was
Mhm.
literally crying with how hard I was laughing.
It was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, this was a good time, but it is time for us to get a little bit of some sleep in. So,
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us on our adventure through this playtest of Aether Nexus. Thank you again to Matt Click and the team at Absolute Tabletop for allowing us to test drive these alpha rules out and kind of help in the finished product. I can't wait for the Kickstarter for this to drop. I'm definitely tossing in some money because I need to get this, especially for next time. Because if you enjoy such fantasy mecha animes such as Vision of Escaflowne or Knights and Magic or even Aura Battler Dunbine, all right, this is the TTRPG for you. So we hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed playing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Cobalt GM for some more exciting tabletop role-playing game content. And until next time,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.